I don't love watching all of the value that I helped create slowly get eroded away.
Welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 92. So yeah, you're probably wondering, hey, what the fuck? It's not even Friday yet. Yeah, because Friday is the 4th of July, you doofus. That's why it's not Friday yet. And that's why we can't do the show on Friday, because it's 4th of July and I got to get fucking fireworks up my ass and alcohol in me. So there you go.
Fireworks up your ass.
Fireworks up your ass.
Do not judge me. I like my fireworks a little kinky. That's all. There you go. There you go.
We some Vaseline in the tips of those fireworks, you know.
Exactly. And, hey, now that Diddy has been let go, we have all lube is good. So there you go.
Yeah, you better get the Johnson and Johnson. Like Super pointed out.
Go buy stock in Johnson.
So crazy. Buy stock, exactly.
sell your Microsoft stock and buy Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, there you go.
Baby oil futures is going bananas.
Right?
Baby oil futures. Is that a commodity? Is that officially baby?
It fucking is now.
Could be, yes.
And as y'all saw from the intro, we are doing a special podcast. We are doing Wasted with Wize crossed with Game Set Live. So let me go ahead and go to the host of Game Set Live, to the man to my right, Mr.
Yes,
KY. Go ahead, carry it forward, sir. You're muted, sir. I can't hear you, sir.
My bad.
There you go.
I had baby oil on my mute button. Sorry.
It was kind of
anyway, yes, this is KY Bob, and it is Wednesday, our normal day, hump day. And what is Wednesday without a little bit of KY and the boys on Game Set Live? I don't know where the rest of my panel. There's one of them right there.
Shut the fuck up! I'm here, bitch.
Right on time, Fabio. Right on
Yeah,
time.
no, you have to ask him, is he going to eat or is he going to get laid or what? Because, this man leaves for every fucking reason known to man, So
He's in like Flynn.
I mean,
yeah.
He's out tonight.
Most of the time, I just leave because I don't want to have to deal with looking at your ugly ass mug all night, So
Are you talking to me or him?
That's what
both of you. God damn it, both of you.
Wow. This just in.
So
From this point on, Fabio will not be part of Game Set Live.
Well, as much as I would like to criticize KY, we do have to come to an understanding here. He is the only one in this panel getting regular pussy. So he can talk. He has right to. So there you go. I'm just saying.
So.
All right.
All right.
Want to share stuff with us there?
No, you're the only one I know who's getting it regularly, and nobody else is here. Triple, when was not Triple, but Super? When was the last time?
Did
He can't even speak.
Girl over?
Huh?
Well, sex for me is very different than sex for a regular fucking dude. Like last time I had a chick over that I was doing shit with. I don't know, a month.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's nice to know somebody in a wheelchair is getting it more than I am.
Listen. Pre-accident, I was a bad motherfucker, and I got I still got some girls.
Wait. Sex for you is different from compared to any other dude. So like, you just look. And the others do something.
I mean, I use what I can.
That's right.
He does what he can.
Yeah, whatever I can get my hands on.
All right, so KY, you want to do the panel intros, or do you want me to go do it, man?
I'll do the one I'm responsible for.
Are you? Oh, God.
Right,
Mr. Fabio, sir, tell us what the weather's like down there in Brazil. What have you been playing at? How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you very much. The weather here, we got to the winter. It is cold. Like for you guys, it's almost like nothing for you there, but like Here for us, it is quite cold, but yeah, I'm doing fine. Just taking care of some stuff that I'll need to be presenting for tomorrow, but all under control, thankfully.
All right. So let me go.
Awesome.
All right, so let me go ahead and introduce my panel. So first of which is the host of Game Set Live, KY. How has your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
I've been playing Twitter. I got my highest score on Twitter here lately. I had a tweet go viral, almost 500,000 views.
Did you unlock an achievement?
Yeah, I did. It's called to get piled on by every crying fanboy out there.
Are you still answering to Crap Gamer?
Man, I keep getting put in loops with that guy. I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one that's talking sense in the conversation, and he just keeps going in the loop and coming back around to this and coming back around to this, and I'm like,
I mean, see, the thing is this: I don't see the angst. All you showed was for all instances and purposes, a program. For all instances and purposes, an app. All you did was show an app. And all people, oh, it's not a console. It is a console. Like, who the fucking cares? I mean, it's an app.
Here's the thing. The problem is that KY decided to put game over onto his
yeah, that's right. He did put that little line at the end.
What's making people bitch so much is because he literally just put game over in it. So like there was a comment that like I laughed my ass off when I saw it, like saying your altruistic intentions mean nothing because of that game over. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not bad.
What kind of fortune cookie shit is that?
I mean, it reminds me of that whole Mother Teresa shit. You know that everyone's like, oh, Mother Teresa is this fucking saint. And then one time it comes out in her diary that she questioned why the fuck she was Christian. And everyone's like, you fuck that bitch. You know?
Word.
Same story here. Man is showing an app about a future program or something that Windows can make you do. And people are like, fuck you. They're like, just showing you something. Just because.
Well, no, it's the whole, it's the whole, when this comes to consoles, game over. And then my first comment to one of them was, like, you know, it's just like that quote in Jurassic Park, Xbox found a way. I didn't help by not stoking the flame whatsoever at all.
You couldn't help yourself. That's the problem. You knew what you were doing. You knew very well going in.
Yeah.
So you were well versed, to say the least.
Other than that, I've been trying to get back and play The Division, but I've been having some online connectivity issues. I don't know if anybody else is having that with their servers.
The second one, right? KY?
No, actually the first one.
Oh, the first one.
Lord.
Really?
Lord, why?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Why?
I don't know.
You like it, right? It's fun. There you go.
Well, I didn't play the first one. I've played the second one. I've got all the DLC for the second one, and the first one was like really cheap. I think I got for like $4. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I keep getting dropped by servers. So
see, this is the shit that doesn't make sense to me. Everyone fucking bitches and complains. Oh, my back catalog is so big. My back catalog is so big. And then you ask them, okay, wait a minute. Oh, I want to dip my toes into the Division. You mean Division 2? No, Division 1. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, shit.
Yeah,
it's still part of the back catalog, dude.
It was cheap. It's fun, right? Can't wait. That's what's up.
I mean,
yes.
honestly, we do need more people like Metroid in the gaming community. Why did you play this game? Because I like it. Because I have fun with it. It's simple.
So like, it's kind of like, do y'all have those chest freezers? Do y'all have those fucking chest freezers? You know, when you put frozen food, sometimes shit goes find a way to filter all the way to the bottom. So sometimes every so often you have to go and dig through that shit to clean it. And you see, hey, there's a pizza I never got to. Well, if it's been over 2 fucking years, leave it the fuck alone. I'm sorry. I mean, just saying.
All right. That's all I got. I'm done.
All right. Okay. Hopefully my next panelist can talk some sense into the whole situation. All right. Super, my man. How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
Yo, it's been going. I just been playing some more fucking Death Stranding. I got like 47 hours in it now. That's it.
Damn.
How close are you? Because I think it's about 50 hours, isn't it? Right?
I don't know. I know that I'm at chapter 11. I think there's 16 chapters, but that doesn't really tell me a whole lot because I don't know the length of each chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm at the point where like I want the game to be over. like I'm like all right, dude. Like all right. I want the next story beat already. I'm done retreading all this fucking territory. Like I just want to chance to see what the next story beat is. So I'm kind of at that point. I think that it's I'm starting to get burned out on it, I guess.
How big is the world? Supa, is it pretty big?
It's honestly it's big, but it's not that big.
Gotcha.
But it's a lot of backtracking, a lot of picking up this package, and they got to take it to this guy way the fuck over here that you went to earlier. Then
Right.
Now you got to take this thing and go way or here, or you got to go all the way the fuck over here to pick up this thing to take it all the way the fuck over here, and then come all the way back to the thing. And it's just the terrain is not easy to drive on. Like for people that play this game like months after release or years after release, it's going to be so much easier because there's going to be fucking roads and zip lines and all kinds of shit built for them.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, no, it's not that big. But and then you have
How does it compare when it's this? Okay, so how does square footage wise the size of the map compare to the old one?
I don't fucking know. I haven't played the first one since it first came out. I don't know if it's bigger or small. I can look it up here in a second. I'll tell you exactly. But
I mean, seriously, you want to do a precise comparison?
No, I'm not talking about precise comparison.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is because isn't this game they introduce vehicles very quick. And
yeah, you get them like right at the beginning.
Right,
that's
right.
good. That's good.
And that's very good
Yeah.
because it minimizes all of that bitch ass walking that you're talking about back and forth. Because even the first game had that.
We got Lemon.
What's up, Lemon?
Yeah, Lemon Man, what's up? Yeah,
Are you smoking?
All right, let me go ahead and move on to my next panelists. Metroid, my man, tell us how's your week been going, what you've been doing, what you've been playing, boss.
I am doing great. Fuck you, Lemon. Anyway, I'm doing fantastic. I'm playing Breath of the Wild on Switch 2. So yeah, I can't complain, man. I have Friday off.
Breath of the Wild.
Shut the fuck up. And great game.
Yeah. No, again, it is overhyped. But to answer your other question real quick, Wize, it looks like it's almost 3 times as big the map.
Oh, okay. Do you eventually,
like we're saying, you get vehicles almost right away. Like I got a tricycle like within the first hour.
Isn't there like a plane that you can eventually get or something like that, like a helicopter or something like that, like a hoverboard or something? Not a hoverboard, but like a flight.
Well, you do get like a hoverboard because you have like these floating carriers you can attach to yourself and put packages in them, and you can actually use it like a hoverboard. You also get this weird fucking coffin thing that you can like basically surf on the surface of the earth with. I don't think there's any airplanes. I mean, you have a fucking ship. It's so stupid. You have this ship that's basically like your home operating base. That's called the Magellan, and it can fast travel you to different parts on the map.
Damn, that's
fucking thing is constantly fucking breaking down. Like, oh, the Magellan can't work right now. I'm sorry about that, Sam. We go away the fuck over there and go grab this shit. We fix the Magellan. Shit's always fucking breaking down. The other thing is you can fast travel with it, but if you have any packages on board, the second the Magellan moves to another location, now the score you get for delivering those packages is fucking vastly reduced.
Interesting.
So your grade goes up based off of the amount of square footage you walk.
No, you'll just get a grade depending on the quality of the packages when you get there, like if they're in good condition. But if you fast travel with the Magellan, the game knows you essentially cheated.
Right. And I take
so it docks you points, and I'm like, fuck you, bro. You gave me the Magellan. You gave me the fucking thing. And now you're gonna punish me for using it?
Well, I do that in school. Like for example, like if a student uses a calculator during a test, they don't get the bonus.
No. That's different. This is you handing the student the test, handing him a calculator, and then when him coming back with the perfect grade test, saying, you used the calculator I gave you. I'm sorry, son. It's going to be a fucking 30%.
That's like saying, hey, look, this is an open book test. But if I see one book on a desk, that's Dom docking your score.
Yeah, like
Exactly. That's
stop me for using the systems you provide. Fuck off.
I'm basically just testing your ethics.
All right. So let's go to somebody who knows very little about walking. My man Lemon, how's your week been going? What you been doing?
Like that.
Wow. So you're lazy.
Of all the people on this
you're lazy as hell,
panel,
Lemon. So you're lazy as
Lemon
hell.
gets
Come on, man. Don't let him do
crazy?
you like that.
It's hard to walk down the street when your dick drags behind you.
No, you are not playing Death Stranding, right? Therefore, you are not into walking. Therefore, there you go. What did I say wrong? I said the person who's probably the least into walking on this.
Now, I gotta blow somebody up on this party chat or our panel. Yo, KY, you fuck with Risk It? Yo, stop chewing the raccoon gristle when I'm talking to you. Not chewing raccoon gristle when I'm talking to you.
It's fucking raccoon chicharrones.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck cracklings? You rock with biscuit?
In the past, yes, correct.
With biscuit for a biscuit?
Yes.
Okay. I fuck with Risk It. I ain't know you. I saw you in a party chat the other night. I ain't even know you motherfuckers knew each other.
Yeah, I have no problem with Risk It. A lot of people got things against him.
It's just that it's a small world, and I went to join Risk It's chat, and I saw you in there. I said, "What the fuck is this possum eating motherfucker doing in here?
What
possum? You eat possum, motherfucker?
What is this on live on Xbox?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I used to fuck with Risk It, Jedi Knight Peter, all of them back in the day.
Jedi Knight Peter, right. Okay, so you definitely good peoples. You knew me back then?
Yeah, I've known them for years.
No, did you know me with affiliated with them back then? Because I didn't.
No,
I did not.
I didn't know you knew. I was not exposed to your culture until this lovely show right here.
What is your culture? That sounds racist. What the fuck? That's like saying you people.
That's a very dangerous step you're taking, Bob. Holy shit.
No. It has nothing to do with racism.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
Lemon has a whole different culture. I can't put Lemon in this category or this one. Lemon is special.
If he takes his photos of his trip in the next couple of days, you'll see all of the culture that he's talking.
Are you trying to tell us here live that you are never going to invite Lemon to the Game Cell Live podcast? Is that it? Because I will fucking fight you there.
Yo, Fabio.
Yo, my man, how you doing?
Okay, so let's go ahead and go in. We are expecting a full panel, so yeah.
We got a full panel. This is enough.
Oh yeah.
Don't invite nobody else. This is good.
Yeah, it's good, but it can get better. But we'll talk about that later.
Killer, he dressed like a blood right now. Blood in and blood out, motherfucker.
Let me ask you. Okay, so before I get started, I let everybody in the chat. Voyager 88, thank you for showing up. Man, it's Timmy. And man, I always see you in every chat, man. How are you doing, boss?
Can't I just throw up a blood sign?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Listen, whoever fucking came up with that gang sign, dude, that is brilliant. The West Side one's easy, but the blood one, I don't know who the fuck thought that shit up.
Yo, listen,
it takes 2 hands just to start.
Yeah, it takes forever to do. You look like you're fucking crippled and shit trying to get the hands in position, bro.
All his thumbs, all of them.
All right. So, Lemon.
What up?
You breathed a sigh of relief earlier this afternoon, didn't you?
Yeah, Maury Povich said you are not the father.
Yo, I can't be the father, Taylor. You know why? Because I'm fixed. After my first kid, and
you got that snippy snip.
I knew better. I got
you
fixed.
Got that snippy snip.
I shoot the club up for free.
So Jenny walks away with lube and all, and walks away with a little small prostitution charge that KY knows how to even.
Oh no! You know what? Listen. You talking about P. Diddy, right? Let me say this for the record. My daughter's godfather picked me up today, and we had to go do some last minute shopping for I fly out tomorrow morning. He's been in me with some, wilding out situations. And I said, Shout out to the motherfucking bedroom police. You cannot get mad when somebody is doing what they do in their bedroom, because most of you motherfuckers go to DR to do the same shit. That Bangkok in Thailand. You motherfuckers are hypocrites. You mad because you ain't got his money to do what he doing right here. He didn't make nobody do nothing. They had freak offs without him. Shout out to Diddy, man. Like I said, I hung out with him 3-4 occasions, man. Cool dude, does a lot of charity. He's not perfect, but nobody could get in here and judge nobody for sexual activities. Nobody. None of us here could do that.
So are you going to get your? Are you going to buy stock in Johnson & Johnson now?
No, but you see, but that was fabricated. That's not facts.
Yeah,
that's fabricated shit. It ended up being 100 bottles instead of 1,000. They found one $100 bill with cocaine on it. If you notice, the prosecution dropped a lot of charges. Like, oh no, don't consider that. He didn't blow nobody's car up. All that shit is fake.
But you're talking, he had 100 as opposed to 1,000. Like that's supposed to mean something. Like
right, like he's a billionaire. He had. He told them, listen, I got 35 million for bill. They said no. He said I got 50 million in cash. He's rich.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
But you know what? As a man, I like some wild shit in the bedroom too. That don't mean I should go to jail for it. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't go to jail for life.
Right. You're right, Lemon. You're right.
He's fucking multiple chicks. Like, come on.
If a broad can drop a log on the side of a bed, we should be able to have a freak off.
Yo, listen. I don't know.
Listen, I'll hit that bitch with the belt. She does that shit. Jesus Christ. Ain't nobody shitting in my room.
I'm gonna put my wife on blast, right? You know, my wife, we used to go out to DR or we go to Jamaica. My wife come back with a woman and we both do her dirty, right? Now, let me say this for the record. My wife told me one time, I like to watch porn, but I like to watch women that got milk in their titties when they play with themselves. I said, what the fuck?
It's a lactation fetish.
Cerebral is
right. It's a lactation fetish.
But, long week to stop sniffing.
But if the content is out there, do you go to jail for watching it?
Of course not.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit just wasted time.
I'm not familiar enough with the case to know everything he was charged of or all the evidence therein, but it is what it is. Like they found him not guilty and all this shit.
Let me ask you a question. He's the only individual in the history of prosecution that is charged with a RICO charge by himself.
This is about Diddy?
Yeah. How you get charged with a RICO charge alone? Anyway, I got to say,
let me tell you why. It's because he identifies as they, them. So he's more than one person.
Well, you know, if he can get away with that, that's fine. I mean, because people have gotten away with a lot worse. Let's put it that way. That's all I got to say. I mean,
for sure.
Well, again, I didn't see the evidence because the trial wasn't televised, right? Mm-hmm. So, like,
there was a lot of it on there that you could catch every day on Hulu. Had the Diddy trial that they did every.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, like, we heard all the accusations, but I never heard any of the evidence presented for said accusations. Yeah. So I don't know, I don't know where any of the shit lines up, but it is what it is.
All right, I wanted to go ahead and say hello to Lesser Logic in the chat as well, and Voyager 88 and Voyager 88. Okay, Cerebral, you're next. Tell us how your week's been going, what you've been doing, what you've been playing, and also Voyager has something to say to you.
What?
There you go, Father Time. All right, go ahead. How's your week been going? What you've been doing, what you've been playing, and yeah.
Week's okay, I guess. What have I been playing? It's only Wednesday, so
yeah,
a little bit of WoW, a little bit of. I actually ended up playing what was it? Multiplayer game that I only play with the US Playdates team. Anyway, yeah, did crappy on that. And I started because I noticed today that it actually dropped yesterday, probably about 6 or 7 last night. What's that?
Mecha Break?
Yes. So I did the intro to that. I played 1 round. I want to try it with friends. It seems okay. But like any other shooter, it's, I'm really crappy at shooters. So don't expect me to carry your team anywhere. You know, it's like.
Is it only on PC right now, Paul? Right? Or is it? I know it's coming.
No, it's on both. It's on both on Play Pass. It's on Game Pass on both. I actually installed it on both. I played it.
Oh shit! I got out. Yeah.
I played it on the Xbox.
How's it run on Xbox?
It runs pretty good. I mean, it's a beautiful game, and I'm not an extraction shooter person, but the idea of big gigantic robots beating the shit out of each other, it's kind of fun. You know?
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, what's to like about big giant robots kicking each other's ass left and right? I mean, there you go.
So I mean, yeah.
Oh, off topic. Speaking of, you hear that Michael Bay is coming back to help start a new Transformers.
Do not talk.
They didn't say he's directing, but he's signed on to help like create a new Transformers.
Let's not, because his Transformers franchise didn't look right. They look too.
I don't like Michael. Listen, I don't like his films, man.
If they're not listening, of course, but if Paramount and fucking Michael Bay's listening, just give us a movie that's like the first portion of Bumblebee, but for the whole fucking movie, just G1 Transformers on fucking Cybertron, no people. Can we
just take the G1 movie and make it live action? It shouldn't be that hard.
I'll take some live action Rodimus Prime.
You know what would be really cool if they nobody wants Rodimus Prime. Okay,
it's like what a live action Unicron the size of a fucking planet.
Even Mrs. Rodimus Prime doesn't want live action Rodimus Prime. Okay. She's like, no, bring Optimus back, man. Yeah.
Rodimus was a pussy. Yeah, Rodimus was always, I don't know if I should be a leader. I don't fuck yourself, man. Optimus never had those questions.
Matrix of leadership out your ass.
But you make a point. If I had the resource, I would do that. I would get the original audio recordings from the first movie, from that movie,
and just put it to live action,
and put it to live action. Or at least really good animation, you know. I mean, really up to date.
And it's got to start with the fucking Lion Transformers theme song.
Yeah,
I want that theme song back.
That whole fucking soundtrack.
Dare,
all that stuff. Dare.
But they can update it. Like they can, like for example, have different bands do it.
No.
You gotta have those original songs, man.
They'll fuck it up.
Those original songs are banging. Okay,
yes,
you don't
100%.
You don't want some band coming in and going, we're going to put our own little spin on it. Fuck you. No, don't touch it.
Look at the touch. The touch is a dope song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the lesser known B tracks are still good, like Dare to Be Stupid with
everything is. I mean, nothing's gonna stand in our way.
Stan Bush was cooking on that fucking soundtrack.
Yeah. They nutted all over that whole. I mean, I know it was a happenstance and circumstances that it came out that well as it did, because they did not know what the fuck they had even back then.
No,
it's just
it was just a ploy to make new toys. That's all it was.
Just to introduce the new generation.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, and because if you do, you gotta use Vince Nicola's original score.
Vince
ain't nobody gonna touch that.
He's so good, man. Vince, Rocky.
Rocky. I mean, just that whole Death of Optimus Prime thing.
Yeah.
I cannot hear that music without picturing that scene, and vice versa.
Yeah, Vince Nicola.
You know, it's like that music made the scene. I think without that music, you wouldn't have kids going, "Oh God!"
Shit, what are you talking about? I was one of them. I was like, my mom was one of the moms who wrote to Hasbro. I was like, what the fuck did you do? I was in tears. I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know, so, and who is this little punk ass motherfucker trying to be Optimus Prime?
You couldn't even try to tell your kid, like, no, it's okay. He's just sleeping. The motherfucker turned gray. All the color got sucked out of his body.
Yeah, his life fucking went out of him. No, he'll be all right. No, he won't be all right.
That's what Grandpa looked like when you told me he was just sleeping. That's
what Old Yeller looked like too.
He'll be back. Give it a few weeks.
That was my generation's bad moment was Old Yeller. What did he go shoot the fucking dog?
I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, those movies and shit that we used to watch, it's amazing. Well, I'm not going to say we came out normal because we were all fucked. I'm sorry.
No, but can you imagine? I mean, Transformers is one thing because word got out really quick. Exactly. But like Old Yeller, shit. I mean, there were probably a lot of people Hey, Old Yellow's going to be on TV. I've never seen it. Let's watch it. Hey, kids.
Ironically
let's
enough,
watch it.
Hasbro wanted to kill off both of its main protagonists and both of its IPs. They wanted to kill off Optimus in the Transformers, and they wanted to kill off Duke in G.I. Joe. But after the shit show that they got with Optimus being killed off,
you know what though? I don't think kids were as attached to Duke. I don't think kids were as attached to Duke as they were to Optimus.
Yeah, they weren't.
No.
But they didn't want to risk it.
No, not at all. Yeah, you're right.
They didn't want to risk it. That's why they added a line at the very end of the G.I. Joe movie. Oh, Duke survived. Everyone's jumping around. Yay! Nobody saw the motherfucker.
Like when it comes to pop culture and like Duke and Optimus Prime aren't even on the same universe.
They introduced the next Transformers cartoon with Ratchet waking up and it's just a dream. And Optimus is getting out of the shower, you know.
Fucking Dallas, yeah. They didn't get killed. It was a dream.
Sons of bitches. My mom was so into that shit. She was walking.
My mom was too.
Yeah, and then like the next season came out, and they were everyone. My mom, my dad, everyone was. Like, and then he walked in, and he was there, and it was a dream, and people were like, my mom was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I can tell you. I mean, I remember
when a short, stocky, fat Asian woman says it. There's no reproach to that. I'm sorry.
I can remember. I mean, I can remember where I was and what we were doing the night they revealed who shot JR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, I know exactly. I mean, who all was at the house and we were all watching and stuff.
I was too small.
Who thought it was
what's that?
It was Sue Ellen, right?
No, Sue Ellen's sister, Kristen.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Sue Ellen.
Spoilers. Sorry.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Don't worry, I don't know what you're talking about. So you're good. Yeah.
Hi. Back from a 1-month hiatus. My man Loke, how's life been treating you? What you been doing, boss? Or what you been playing?
Life's been rough, man. Ever since USA left, you know, I've been setting up my house under the bridge.
What? Hey, Loke, you sound like you're away from your mic, or you're in the bathroom, or you're in a prison cell.
He's under the bridge. You just said.
Under the bridge. That's what
it's the sun reverberating off the water.
You fuckers voted for USA to leave, so how am I supposed to pay rent?
I didn't vote for that. I know.
I switched provinces, literally trying to do some crazy ass shit in another random ass place in Mozambique. And I was looking for a home, found a home, and then remodeling the whole fucking thing, and so much work. Now I finally kind of have my office or / gaming room up and running, and that's why I'm here.
So does remodeling require you to find the right kind of thatch and palm to slap together? What?
What?
Hey, Loke, how is the internet in Mozambique? Is it good, or how is? I'm just curious.
It's pretty terrible, but I bought
this is
Starlink.
honest. Right.
You answered that question.
I bought Starlink, so
good,
I might have faster internet, than some of you guys. I've got about 400 megabytes per second.
That's pretty good.
I was better off going to Wakanda.
Yep. And Elon, since you're listening now, we love you.
It all depends on how fast they can get the hyenas to run inside the wheels.
Now, you're getting 400 from Starlink? That's pretty good for a satellite provider.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Starlink's pretty good.
What's the? I'm curious. Have you checked it? What's the latency? What's the up latency for you?
I don't know what that means.
I mean, for gaming, do you notice any difference?
I still don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Let me open the internet speed testing thing, and then you can tell me what I'm supposed to be looking for.
The upload.
It's not just that. It's also the
latency. Yeah.
All right. Internet test speed. Here we go.
The response is your controller has.
Yeah.
But weren't you telling me like in Mozambique you were getting less than 100? I mean, in the other city that you were in, was it less than 100?
Whoa. Was he prostituting himself?
When I was here,
He said it was getting less than 100. I was like, oh, wait a minute. How to pay two?
Don't hold your dick for that.
Let him talk. Jesus.
Go ahead.
When I was getting less than 100, I was working with a Mozambican company. My ISP was a Mozambican company. Now I'm working with Starlink. So,
see, you were telling me something new. I thought that Starlink's max cap was like less than 100 because it was a satellite internet, and yeah, I know satellite internet is always slower than fiber.
That's bullshit.
Well, I did not know that. I thought satellite was always
the old issue with old satellite like DirecTV and stuff was the fact that you could get really fast speeds comparatively, but you couldn't game with it because by the time your signal got back up to the satellite, and then that it wasn't worth trying to game. It was,
slow. Yeah, he's right.
Even within Starlink, when you go to their websites, there's different types of Starlinks. There's like 4 levels. I got the 3rd one.
What's the fastest?
The fastest one, I'm guessing that's the 4th one, but that was a bit too much for me, at least. I was like, oh, bro, that's too rich for my blood.
How much do they charge per month, if you don't mind me asking?
They don't actually charge you money. That's the fondle Elon's balls level. That's
oh my god. All right.
How many blood diamonds does it cost to get internet? That's a real question.
Well, he is South African, so there is a good possibility of a diamond. So.
No joke. I pay the equivalent of about like $40 or $50.
That's what I pay.
That's not bad.
That's what I pay.
That's really good.
I think to actually get the unit is 250 American, if I remember right. Something.
Yeah. So for Paul, so the down speed here it says 253 Mbps. Latency 5.
Oh
MS.
shit, that's nice.
That's really good.
That means.
That is a fucking fast response time.
Yeah, the lower the better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you want to do is when you're if you play a game like Halo or Call of Duty, sometime Loke, go look at your board and see what it says for your latency when you're actively playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you another question about this.
I'm not even going to pretend, fellas. I'm not even going to try and pretend. I'm a classic Sony pony. I play single player games. And that's my shit. And if I want
then you're solid. Then no matter what happens,
don't worry about it. Then
It's either to podcast or to download games real fast. That's why I want fast internet. I'm not going to like.
So what? You thinking about getting satellite?
He left out the porn thing too, but
No one watches it.
Doesn't matter in that
No one watches it, but it's $1 billion industry. No one watches it.
Nobody watches it. It's $1 billion
Nobody
industry,
watches
right?
it. What's that? I never heard of it before.
That stuff is disgusting, but it had us pick VHS. It had us pick DVD.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah.
But did they ever fix that whole? So please tell me that your internet doesn't crap out when it rains.
It doesn't. It's fine.
Thank God. That was the most fucking annoying thing with DirecTV and all that shit.
Yeah, with satellite dish.
That's called cloud cover. That's how signals work.
Exactly. I wonder you would think that by now with technology going the way it is, they would have figured out a workaround on that shit.
How do you work around
nature? How do you work around nature?
I don't know. There's whole sort of science.
How do you work around nature?
Listen. You're a teacher. And you sound like one of us.
Okay, so let's make stronger X-rays that can see through lead. What?
I mean, they could probably. I mean, like I don't want to get Starlink and get all this shit, and then all of a sudden,
so you thinking about getting it?
I've been waiting for the past 4 weeks every fucking day here, and then all of a sudden my fucking.
Wait, are you thinking about getting it?
What is rain?
He lives in Africa. It never rains in Africa. I've seen the commercials.
It never rains in Southern Africa.
You motherfuckers. Get off
Hey, bullshit. I heard a whole song talking about how they bless the rains in Africa. Don't give me that shit.
You were lying.
Are you telling me that Sally Struthers lied to me all those years?
Toto lied to me.
They made a song about it because it doesn't happen so often, so it was so fucking big. They made a song about it.
Only old heads know that reference.
Before we get too messy, why? I recently finished.
Speaking of old ass crap, okay.
I finished Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Really?
I finished my first playthrough. I never got the hype. I always was like, I think they're overrated from watching like the trailers and stuff. I finished the first playthrough. I know I'm going to have to finish the other 2 playthroughs, but I'll leave that for next year and the year after.
Of which game, Luke?
About 60 hours each.
Oh,
Fire Emblem.
3 houses.
3
okay.
houses. Excellent game. I recommend it to anyone.
I like Japanese games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I like good games.
how was the Switch launch? Because we didn't talk. How was that? How was it down there? Have they launched it there yet, or what?
Bro, you know consoles don't launch here. It's a bunch of scalpers that buy I don't know how many like consoles in South Africa. Then they go to
smuggling them into South Africa.
Like, yo, I'm selling this at like 10 times what it actually costs. And
Right.
then when you try and get one, guess what? It's sold out.
Sold
And
out.
I'm like,
Yep.
bro, I thought we were poor. I thought this was a third world country. Who's buying all these?
I was going to use the blood downer reference.
Apparently not.
The diamond mine owners. That's who the ones who own it. So
The Switch 2, literally, the scalpers had Switch 2s the first week they were out. They don't have Switch 2s right now. They're like backed up. It's like, yeah, you can pay now and then you get one maybe 2 or 3 months from now.
They're probably selling vibranium.
Now they're selling a Switch 1.5. It's a Switch 1 in a Switch 2 box.
Even they're even scalping it in Wakanda. You would think of all places, Wakanda would have a couple.
Let's move on to Bushido. Don't miss me as a punching bag, huh? Don't miss your African punching.
Mbaku bought all the fucking Switch 2s.
Fuck that Mbaku, man. There's Hanuman. That's an Indian god, by the way, Hanuman. There you go. Shit.
He's my man.
Also, Super.
Yes.
Which one?
The Xbox ROG Ally is an Xbox, motherfucker. Cope sees them all.
There we go.
Hi, Bushido, my man. Tell us how's your week been going, what you've been doing, what you've been playing, boss.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm almost finished Alan Wake 2. I have to rescind my comment about it being boring and trash. The game got so much better towards the end, and the story starting to unravel, and I'm into it. The only thing I don't like is like Super Sid with DS2. All this back and forth is irritating because you can't only run but so fast, and it eats up so much playtime. Until
But after the first 45 hours, it starts to come together. You know, I said.
I mean, he's right though. He's right. It's going to take a long time for it to really get off the ground. And you sit there like, listen, all right, I know this is silly, whatever this part is of the dance routine and everything, but I get it. Let's move on now. And it still continues to stay that way. It was really slow, but the story's starting to pick up now, and I'm into it.
Have y'all seen the Easter egg when it's your birthday? What happens?
No.
Well, when we're talking with Death Stranding, when it's your Easter egg and it's your birthday and you log in, there's like this little scene where all the girls and guys are dancing there celebrating your birthday. So they showed it. Somebody posted it on Twitter, and I think it was who was that girl, that blonde chick, Eli, or what's her name, Ellie Fanning. Is it Ellie Fanning, the actress who plays that girl? I forgot her name.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Death Stranding?
Yeah, in Death Stranding too. Wasn't her name Ellie Fanning or something like that?
No.
Yeah, it's Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
It's Dakota Fanning's sister.
Yeah, she's jumping around in short shorts. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till it's my birthday.
He's gonna set his PlayStation to every day.
Exactly. My birthday is August 29th. On my birthday is August the 30th. My birthday is August 31st. My birthday is September 1st.
Now, if she popped out of a cake like Erica Eleniak and fucking Under Siege, then I'd be interested.
Oh, you going way back, and I remember going to movies to see that.
Yep.
That scene was fucking dope.
That was that was
fucking. She was a baddie back then.
Do you want to go the full Cosby and give her the sleeping pills first? I mean,
and then take her to the room, and of course, now that everything is legal, we can also use P. Diddy's oil too. So there we go. All right. Let's go ahead and go on to our first topic of the night.
Goddamn.
All righty.
God, it's only been a half hour. You sure you're ready for that?
Holy shit, that was fast. Why?
This shit. You know, like I don't know, man. It seems like a whole lot of heavy baggage here. So let's go ahead and start stripping, peeling away the layers of this onion here.
Do you have anything that's not so heavy? Because I really don't want to talk about.
Well,
and Wize, I need to set you straight on something. You fucker. That's my panelist on a Wednesday. I announce Bushido.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead then. Shit. I mean, go ahead.
Too late now. Too late. You done stole the thunder.
Oh my God. This guy is
panelist,
salting and pouting. Oh my God. Do you want an issue for your tissues?
I wouldn't mind it.
As a matter of fact, I think he's owed it.
You're right.
It's like, I think I'm owed that tissue, motherfucker.
Yay. A game I actually quite liked back in the day in the OG Xbox was Crimson Skies. So one of the developers, one of the lead architects for the OG Xbox came on Sunday and basically posted a video about how she feels that Xbox has lost
Jesus Christ
their way. Her name is Laura Fryer, and it has caused a shit show up till today, in which case there was something else that caused a shit show that we're going to get into. So,
oh, come on.
All right. Okay. So her arguments were that nobody wants this device. Nobody's going to pay for this device, mainly because there is no exclusive IPs for it. And it's going to be egregiously overpriced. And she feels that Xbox has lost their way, especially when it comes to console development. And she is quite...
What she really meant to say was Xbox has lost their way ever since I parted ways with them a decade ago. Exactly. And I really don't agree with anything they're doing since I left. Not like it's sour grapes or anything, but it is. And everything I'm telling you.
I don't think it's fair to say it is. None of us know what she really feels.
If you really watch it, though, she's basically repeating a lot of just hot button points that everybody's been saying. Nothing
but
she said was original.
She could legitimately feel that way, though.
I don't know. Everybody's giving her more credence. Well, she's one of the creators of Xbox. But she
I think we shouldn't give a shit about what she says, because it's been like 5 years since she's been involved with the company. So
10.
We should 10. Okay, 10, even worse. Like, why do we care? It's like when what's his name that made fucking God of War tries to say some shit. It's like, dude, you've been out of the loop for a minute.
The reason we are bringing the reason is I think caused a shitstorm before today was because many people also parallel her sentiment that they feel that Xbox of the old is not the same as the Xbox of the new.
But Sony of the old,
no shit. The Xbox that she dreamed up, it evolved. It's not the same Xbox anymore. It was there 10 fucking years ago. What now is the same way it was 10 years ago? Nothing.
I
mean, not even Nintendo is the same company that were 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yes, they're the least changed, but they are not the same.
I mean, and I'll admit that when it comes to her sentiments, I agree with some of her sentiments. At the same time, she hasn't been there for 10 years.
It's called confirmation bias. People are saying she has something because we agree with her. Instead of looking at the whole big picture, she hasn't been in. Yeah, she hasn't been in any of the meetings for 10 years.
Shut the fuck up. Let's
Hey, Fabio, don't make me reach across Brazil to South America, all right?
Yeah, obrigado, motherfucker.
Okay.
Open this portal real fast.
Let's just go down one panelist at a time. We all have our opinion on this. So let me just go down and just take a. Let's just take a 2 minute. I'm gonna call your name and you just tell me your 2 minute opinion about her piece, if you will, her YouTube short. Or her YouTube video. All right, let me start with you, KY. What was your overall impressions? 2 minute spiel.
Her piece, which piece starts with the letter P, and another thing of hers starts with the letter P, and I bet it stinks.
Lord, seriously, is that your
not if you don't pay
she sounds like the person the type of person that got into the starting of the Xbox because she is a console warrior. Because that interview right there came from the heart of a console warrior. To come out and say, you don't like the direction this is going, but you're not going to mention anybody else in the space. Just, nobody's going to buy this. I mean, she was talking the same sentiments we've seen out of all these delusional console warriors online. I swear to God, they all got together, they wrote a script, and they sent it to her.
It's like when some of the congressmen put out a statement on Twitter and another congressman puts out the exact same statement.
The exact same verbiage, verbatim, They got the script.
They both use the same intern.
So what you're saying is you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
All right, my man Nova, give me your 2-minute overall opinion.
I don't give a shit what that bitch said. That's my opinion. Like, I don't care. I don't care what she had to say. Like if someone wants to listen to what she had to say because she was in the industry 10 years ago and was instrumental in getting Xbox to become Xbox, cool. But as far as what they're doing now and how everything is going out, like, you're not involved. I don't care. Like, I think people are using it for the purpose of console warring, as if she's some fucking medium that can tell the future, or like she knows better than the people that are there. And that doesn't mean I agree with every decision Xbox makes, but at the same time, it's like, bitch, you're not there.
Exactly. There has to be a motivation behind the decisions that she makes, and because they're making, and because she is not privy to those situations.
Right, like whenever they make decisions, it's based on data and numbers and shit that none of us get to see. We have no idea why they make the decisions they make because we're not privy to any of the information that they have. That includes her.
I agree. Okay. All right, my man Metroid, go ahead. Give me your 2-minute synopsis of her little video.
I mean, I think she's entitled to her opinion, obviously, but I mean, she doesn't work at Microsoft, and I mean, she's probably she was attached to the brand, so she feels certain type of way, which is fine. But it's like the rest of the panel said before me, she doesn't work there anymore. So, and like Supa, there's a lot of decisions that Xbox is doing that I agree with, but I don't know. I don't work for them. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it is what it is,
Okay, and what about you, Fabio? Your 2 cents.
I mean, like, I appreciate her insights. I know that she has a lot of knowledge throughout her time with Xbox. She was an important contributor for the creation of the original Xbox. But like, honestly, when it comes to her opinion about what Xbox is doing right now, if we were going to like pick up someone from the original team, I would much prefer to listen to the opinion of Seamus Blackley and Kevin Backus. I don't give a damn about this girl, honestly. Like, who is she? Was she part of the DirectX
I don't know.
team, which was the one? No, she wasn't. I know. I watched the Power On documentary many times. She wasn't part of the DirectX team there that proposed to Bill Gates the idea of making a console at the first place. So like, I know that she has a lot of insights. I know that she has a lot of experience. I know that she has a lot of like good things that she can share when it comes to her time when she worked on Xbox. But like, come on, she hasn't been working there for a decade. So like, why the fuck are we saying that? Holy shit, one of the members of the original team of the original Xbox is saying shit about Xbox strategy now. You know who else was part of the original team? Errol Greenberg, the marketing guy for Xbox. I bet he's gonna say nice things. So like, god damn it.
All right. Well, Paul, let me ask you this question, and you've already said like what you thought about it, but let me say this. What I think she feels is like, I think from her tone, she feels slighted because she did put a lot of those systems in place when the Xbox initially launched with, games and whatever, third party, whatever. I don't know what she did, what her roles were, but she feels that all the work she did seems to be going against what Microsoft is doing now.
I can
seems to be
speak
going
to that a little
against
bit
that.
because I used to work. I spent 20 years working for a school district. The last about 7 or so, I actually put a lot of the systems in that they use for IT and computer tech support and all that stuff. Well, after I left, a lot of that stuff shifted because of changes in funding and stuff like that, or they stopped using some of the, and part of me goes, why did they stop doing that? Now they're doing things the hard way again. But at the same time, I'm gone. I have nothing to do with it. I can't go in. I can't look at it now and hear even if I hear people say on the outside, man, those computer labs are in bad shape. I can't sit there and go, yeah, what they're doing now just absolutely sucks, because I have no firsthand knowledge of what they're doing now. She hasn't been in any of the meetings. She can have all the opinions she wants. She's right to have her opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
But her opinion carries no more weight than yours does, or mine does, or KY.
If she feels slighted, she needs to get a fucking therapist. Because it's not like they're sitting there at Xbox making decisions. They're going, oh, what's that one bitch think? Because someone call up that one bitch that hasn't worked here in a decade and see what she thinks before we make this decision. Like they have any thought. They're not thinking about her at all when they make the decision.
The only way I can see it, though, is because they all do. Even I'm sure Seamus does. That's my baby, and they've broken that, or they, but it's how you like it's that she the original Xbox. So we're talking 30 years ago. Yeah, she just left 10 years ago, but the real Xbox was closer to 30.
Sounds clingy as fuck. Stay far away from that woman, man.
I just got some new information that just hit, guys. Bernie Stoller, the guy, and Peter Moore, the guys who launched the Dreamcast, they're pissed off with the way Sega's taking the console division. So breaking news.
It's a bit late for it.
All right, Loke, your 2 cents on this situation with Laura Fryer.
I didn't see the video, so I have 1 or 2 questions. This person was with Xbox until when?
She was with the OG Xbox when they launched the first Xbox. She was also had firsthand development in Crimson Skies,
and she had some involvement
with
with
more than 20 years that she left Xbox.
Yes,
10 years ago she left Xbox.
And people want to compare her statements and the validity of them to someone like Shuhei Yoshida that kind of just left Sony. Is that what we're doing right now?
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now.
Time is a real concept. It's not a fantasy. Okay, if you leave the company 2, 3, 4 years later, you might have some insight about what's going on. If you left the company more than a decade, 2 decades ago, shut the fuck up. You don't even know the security guard that's there. Stop it.
You don't even know the parking lot attendant.
It depends on
you don't even remember how to get to the bathroom.
Depends on if that security guard got good benefits. He may still.
Some 98-year-old guys in there going, "Show you your ID, son of a bitch."
You show Stanley credentials, and people will let him in. He can still talk to people right now. It's still fresh.
Right.
Most of the people that she left aren't there anymore. And if they are, they're like super senior positions. So as soon as she walks into the lobby, she's just an old white woman. I'm sorry. Right.
Pretty true.
Stop it.
No, I think why.
And look, she has the right to say her piece and put her thoughts and opinions out there. That's what we all do. It's social media, but people are latching onto it like it holds this massive amount of weight when it doesn't. She's at this point, she's literally just another person online giving her opinion about the state of Xbox.
Dude,
no more, no less.
I've been saying this shit every time my friend Oshus brings up motherfucking what's his name, the guy that made God of War, the first trilogy.
Yeah.
David Jaffe.
Jaffe.
Bro, David Jaffe is just another talking head. I'm sorry, you cannot put him next to Kojima. You know why? Because Kojima is still in the NBA.
Active.
Yeah,
he's still in the NFL. This motherfucker done retired. Now he wants to talk as if he's still in it. No, bro. No, game development and technology moves super fast. If the last game you made was 15 years ago, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Or
in the case of Jaffe, the last game he made was utter crap too. So
let me correct
Falling all
myself.
cars.
Don't shut up. But your voice
No, the paper
is
one.
equivalent to Wise Old Gamer. It's equivalent to Bushido. It's equivalent to me. We're just listening to your point. We're not giving you any extra because you are who you are. You
except for me, because I'm older than you and I deserve that little bit of extra. And I've been around.
Yes. You
Okay, so
you do you there.
okay, Bushido, let me go to you next. So let me say this, okay? I think the people who are gravitating towards her opinion are people who share the same opinion, who like Xbox as the traditional console developer, kind of like PlayStation and Nintendo.
Basically,
And I think
the OG and 360 era.
yeah, the OG and the 360 area. And that's where Laura is from. And Laura is basically paralleling their sentiment. There are people who are fans of Xbox who do not like this pivot into a more PC-centric approach. So can you fault them for that, or can you fault her for that if she is a consolist?
Listen, admittedly, I'm one of those people, right? Like, I want Xbox to be more of a traditional type of device, like PlayStation, like Nintendo. At the same time, I'm not going to be like, yeah, she said what I said, and she's an Xbox lady, so yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on.
I don't give a shit.
She's saying what I feel, and she made the first fucking console, you know? So obviously that's why she's getting more credit, because, you know, she made the first one.
I don't like, I think people are using what she's saying to validate their opinions on shit. I don't need validation of my opinion
and her past position. You know, like
she has good points. We should give her flowers on her specific points. What I'm against is people saying if she has any points that are kind of iffy, we need to just run with those points because she's the Xbox lady. No,
right?
No,
She made the original Xbox, so her opinion has more weights than everyone else's. Okay, what happens if Seamus Blackley and Ed Freeze decide to say something good about the new Xbox strategy? Dude, their opinions are worth more.
You'll notice that Seamus is smart. He doesn't say anything about anything except for how to make bread.
Yeah, that's anything about conversation a long time.
I mean, that dude is intelligent as fuck. He's a physicist and a mathematician. So like,
I don't know if you follow me. I know he follows me back on one of them, but he actually showed people how to make chocolate from actually get the cacao bean and how to break it down and how to. He actually did a whole thread on that. It took like a week and a half.
But Peter Moore come out famously and said that this is not.
He doesn't
like this direction either.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
So we got quite a few. We got her. We got Peter Moore.
Hold on. We have quite a few.
Well, I mean, you're picking people who are
mathematician. A few is 3 to 5. Mathematician. Okay, so you know.
Well,
we very true.
Know of 3.
We have a couple. Who's a third?
I never seen this level of math. It's quite impressive.
Oh my Lord!
Well, you know, the evidence goes.
Yubera left. When he left, he didn't leave under the best of circumstances. Neither did Shay. No, but what I'm saying is, okay, so they feel that because it's not their original vision. Well, it's also not the same. It's not the same community. It's not the same consumer base. It's not the same society it was 30 years ago.
Yeah, their entire strategy has shifted over this last generation. So if you were to like wake up, you know, if you were in a time capsule 10 years ago and you woke up today, you're not going to recognize the company anymore because it is vastly different.
You know, I actually asked on one of the things he said, you know, they should go back to, you know, making consoles and going back to strictly exclusives and focusing on physical. And I said, so you mean you want them to roll back the clock 30 years ago? Yes, I think, and you think they could make a success if they did that? Yes, I think they could. No, they couldn't. That genie is out of the bottle. They've
decided that this new direction is the direction that's going to make them the most money, based on all the data that they have. And even if I don't like it,
they can.
Even if I don't like it personally, I can't be like, oh, they're what they're doing is wrong. What they're doing is not going to work. I don't know. I don't know the data they're looking at.
Have you ever been to a sporting event or anything like that where you go into the restroom and if you stand at the urinal, there's a little screen in front of you so you can still watch the game? I'm waiting for there to be a little controller next to that, and you can choose to stand there while you take a whiz.
Hey, that urinal's an Xbox.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll see a port. The next ad you'll see is a porta potty and said, "This is an Xbox."
Yeah. you still have.
Oh
to
man,
say,
if I owned a business, I would so do that right now. I would have posters make up and put that right.
You were saying so. Go ahead.
Super. I was saying I disagree with you when you say, "Oh, they have all this data." Who am I to tell them that they're wrong? You should still tell them that they're wrong. You know why? Because they've had all this data ever since Xbox One.
Right.
They had the data that told them, "Oh, let's make a console that forces people to be online all the time, and we're the only ones that are going to do it." And then let's tell people that if you can't be online all the time, you know what you can do? Go buy our old console. Let's tell the people that. Let's tell them that they can't share their games. This is what the data is telling us. The data is telling us first-party exclusives. That's not the way forward. The data.
Right. No, you misunderstand though. I can still disagree vocally and say I don't want this. I don't like this. I don't know if I can tell them that they're wrong. I can just tell them I don't want what you're selling. Which is what we did with the Xbox One when they would do all that online shit. The people told them we don't want that, and then they quickly corrected it.
Yeah. Yep. They took that fat out.
And depending on what it is and the kind of pushback, sometimes when you go, well, I don't want that, and they'll go, there's the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're gonna die in about a year and a half, guy. We don't give a shit about you.
You take anybody else from her time.
It's like
they walk into Microsoft.
Have you not been paying attention? People have been leaving. But okay, let's do this again. Let's fail one more time. One more game.
Evil Click says, "Why are you on a Wednesday?" I said, "Because Friday's the 4th." He said, "You're Asian," and I told him, "ICE is forcing me to celebrate, and I'm scared of alligators." So there you go.
Actually, what it was there, Vic, we said, well, if we do it on a different day, maybe Vic won't show up.
All right, Dion78, my man, welcome to the show. Hopefully you have a good time, and hit the like and subscribe as well, please, sir. We're trying to grow our channel a little bit, one person at a time.
Hey, by the way, Asian food is really big in that part of Florida there, Wize. So just so you know.
Well, all right. Okay. Let me support. Okay, so I am not. Okay, I understand why people are gravitating towards her opinion and opinion of people of their ilk, because the people who are supporting her statement are people who are console purists, and they're using evidence from other console makers, and they're like, okay, well, when Xbox was strictly a console company, these people were there, and now they don't like it because it's no longer a console. Well, that's the thing. So that's what they're using for evidence. But the problem has always been is this, and anyone telling me that what Xbox should be doing is the same thing PlayStation is doing doesn't know how A, businesses work, or B, how biology works. You cannot have two species occupying the same niche, okay? You have to have species doing a little bit something different. If you have two species occupying the same niche, they're going to kill their own selves out, okay? Only one species per niche. Same thing with business. If you have two businesses with the same exact business plan in the same population pool, they're going to extinct each other. Neither is going to survive. So something has to change. So I totally get it. I get why Xbox wants to pivot, because according to their opinion,
I don't know that that's necessarily true. You have McDonald's and you have Burger King. They're the same fucking thing.
And to be honest,
they offer different things on the menu.
And that's Xbox and PlayStation offer different things on the menu.
No,
well, But you see, McDonald's, if Burger King is trying to move in on Xbox, on McDonald's territory.
Wow, that's going to be a step.
That's never going to happen. And so
Burger King's like Xbox. We got a new console coming. Get ready.
Burger King.
I'm just saying that the idea the statement he made that you can't have two things in the same category or one will kill the other. I don't think that's true in business at all. And any.
But see, here's the thing: they don't taste the same. They don't, and they do serve different items on each menu. You know, and Burger King is trying to become an
the business model for McDonald's is not the same as the business model.
No, yeah, they don't run the same either at all.
McDonald's has only one. Their business model is primarily kids and teens. Burger King, their business model is adults.
All right, you can go to any corner out here in Arizona, and you'll have a Circle K on one corner, a fucking Sunoco on the other corner, a Chevron across the street on the other corner. They're the same fucking businesses.
But that's the gas station game, and they do that for a reason. And you'll notice if one of them raises the price of 1 penny, the other one's lower the price of penny.
My point is that according to Wize, one would get decimated and killed off by the other. They can't both survive. But they can.
Yeah, both cannot be surviving and be thriving in the same niche. If you look at McDonald's and Burger King, are they both thriving in the same niche? No, McDonald's is the one thriving. Burger King is the one floundering. Trust me, I know because I got stocks. It's a fucking horrible stock.
Yeah, Burger King.
One is more successful than the other, but Burger King isn't dying.
Actually, Burger King is actually they're having issues. if you really follow the business side of things, Burger King is looking at selling off some of their shit. They're having.
I personally like Wendy's out of the.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah, that never frozen beef.
If it wasn't for like Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and stuff, that corporation Yum's brand would not be.
Yeah.
So it's Pepsi. Pepsi owns all that.
Here's the thing: Yum destroyed some of those brands when they bought them out.
Exactly.
Absolutely destroyed some of those brands when they bought them out.
Right. Now, I mean, so that's what I think it is. I think people are like, well, I don't. But the problem is that Xbox has tried that game and feels that they do not, what money they are making down that business model is not enough for them to justify their expenditures for whatever reason that might be. So they have to pivot because, everyone is liable. Everyone is answerable to their bank. Okay. And Xbox's bank is Microsoft. And if Microsoft says no dice, Xbox got to pivot.
Well, this is the second generation in a row where they've seen lagging hardware sales and lagging software sales. Right. So they had to pivot because clearly what they've been doing now for 2 generations has not been working. From a
business standpoint, you look at the hardware sales and you go, this isn't working. Okay,
right.
Can we, how much?
And again, I can dislike it all I want. Right. I also understand it. It's not what I want. I want traditional consoles, and I don't like the get Game Pass and the games everywhere. I want exclusives for everything. But I understand that it's not working for some people, so they have to pivot.
I'm with Super. I want a console that plays these games. Will Garden, but they can't. They don't sell. They can't sell. They can't move hardware. They have to pivot. What are they going to do?
If getting the next Doom game at a steady cadence means that Xbox is putting the game everywhere, fuck it. Put the goddamn game on a phone. Put the goddamn game on a Samsung.
Right, and for these people, they're like, no, they need to do this. Like, do you understand what you're asking for them to do is going to cause them to basically kill themselves? Like, do you want them to be here or not? Because if you want them to be here and you want them to make the games and IPs that you love, then this is what they've decided they have to do in order to do that, in order to give you the games that you want and the hardware that you want. So
and what I really don't like is when we have people, even people we know, people that have been on this show, that when they quote respond to Phil or respond to Xbox, they say, we wanted this, you didn't give us this, you betrayed us. They think they speak for the community. None of us speak for the community.
Again, you don't have to like it, but you do have to understand.
I'm just saying that people out there think that their voice carries more weight. No,
they act like Phil Spencer's their boyfriend, and you just caught him digging somebody else.
I have issue. I know what I'm saying is I have issue. Like even if we want this, you don't speak for me. Even if I agree with you, there is no we.
But let me also
the collective we, all 4 of us have decided that you need to do this one thing.
Yeah, but to assume that my voice carries the voice of the gamer, no.
But let me pivot to Bushido because I've not heard from him in a second. Bushido.
Well, that's why it's been a nice show.
Okay,
Mr. Bushido. So let me.
No,
Okay.
he only went to me last because I'm black, but
That's, yeah.
Well, you're not wrong, but continue.
It's in
Last time I-
it doesn't like other people, so what you gonna do? But
Well, it's because Lemon's not here, so you're all by yourself this week, right?
Yeah.
No. So okay, so Bushido, let me ask you this, okay?
Yeah.
If you so you actually do not mind the direction Xbox is going in, and that's all nice and well for you. However, can you fault anybody who was looking at the quote unquote glory days of Xbox and longing for that? And can you fault them for supporting a old developer for Xbox who is speaking the same
all right, to your first one,
language as it is? So
to the first one, I don't blame anybody for wanting that. There's a lot of people that want, the old Gears, the old Halo, but in the same breath they'll say Gears and Halo need to evolve. They need to change, and then when it changes, they don't like to change. And also too, the other part, what was the other question? You said,
can you fault others for supporting what she says because she's speaking the same sentiments?
Yes, for one reason. Only for one reason. The same reason everyone else is always on. She hasn't been there for years. I don't know if she's saying this out of malice. I don't know if she's right. You know what I mean? I don't know if she still got her ear to the ground. But if you're not going to give me enough information, you already know I don't like speculating on stuff. If you're not going to give me enough information, I ain't saying nothing. And I can't go with you on your journey of complaint or resolution on something because you ain't giving me enough information. I can't say, yeah, she's right, because I don't know anything. But if that's what you want to do, it's an ignorant way of doing things because you just follow the rest of the crowd because you just want to make noise. But listen, I got friends that on Xbox and on Twitter that all they do is complain. I mean, just constantly complain. I don't even talk to them much because I really don't like complainers in life in general.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't like people that complain but don't have a real gripe. You just following the crowd of what everybody's griping about. Yeah, well, I want all the games to come out for ABK. All right, calm down. They're not going to release them all. Grow up. We are all adults. So people have little gripes that they blow up into big things. And she has a right to her opinion. But at the same time, I can't weigh her opinion heavily since she ain't been there in years. And
it's like these people that want to bitch about the direction of Star Wars and say that Star Wars should do this, that, the other thing. And if George Lucas were to agree with them, like, yeah, George Lucas agrees. It's like, bitch, first of all, George Lucas gave us Jar Jar Binks and he hasn't done shit in 20 fucking years?
Bro, you said the same stuff I said. I was like, listen, I said the dude put out the prequels and they were meh, except for Revenge of the Sith.
They were just they became good after the shit show that was 7, 8, and 9. That was the
Disney
problem.
Star Wars turned that shit into Citizen Kane. But at the time, we were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the 7, 8, and 9 are so
the prequel trilogy gave us three amazing things. It gave us the Duel of Fates theme.
Yes.
Goated. Darth Maul.
Yep.
Goated.
Yep.
Natalie Portman.
Like 10 minutes, though.
Natalie Portman. Goated.
Yep.
That's what it gave us.
The best thing to come out of the first three was the poster for the first one. The poster for the first one. Remember they showed that little boy.
Oh yeah, where it was Anakin and Darth Vader.
It was actually
and pod racing. Pod racing was dope. The pod racing game was dope. Also, the faster lightsaber fights. Awesome. Yeah. Everything else in that prequel trilogy.
Criticism I had.
Basura.
I was
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite all time.
I was expecting in episode 1.
Are you an angel? Are you
that was so fucking stupid.
Yes, motherfucker, she is.
are you autistic?
Even looking like Sinead O'Connor in V for Vendetta, she's still a baddie.
Should you be riding the shorts, Peter? What are we talking?
Right.
No, but when I saw episode 1, I was really expecting somewhere that kid is going to show his color as a Sith or as a Sith in training or as somebody who's going to eventually metamorphosize into Darth Vader. So when they had that pod racing scene, I was convinced that he's going to be doing it and he's going to close his eyes and somebody's going to spiral out.
You know what's sad? I've seen. You know what that movie did prove though? That the Jedi were assholes. Okay?
Yes.
Because they separated him from his parents. His mother's still alive. We're not going to. We can't afford to buy her now, but we're not going to go back and get her either.
They basically separate him from his mother until the point where she dies. In which case they say, "Okay, you can go and get her."
She was a slave for a while. They couldn't have been like, this bitch doesn't work for you anymore.
Oh shit! And then you go like, no, I sold her to the Sand People, and they had her for lunch. What the
fuck? His midichlorians are high. Oh, bye, bitch.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Midichlorians is another thing. It's like, what are we doing with the midichlorians?
Right? Where that come from?
Like George Lucas was retconning shit on the fly.
And if it's that easy, I've got a whole storyline where they can synthesize midichlorians and you can temporarily have the same powers as a Jedi or Sith.
I don't know. He was probably thinking about drinking Clorox or some shit when he came in.
All right, so
at least he said midichlorians and not he was drinking the Mandalorians because
that's totally wrong. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight. Thimber said something, and KOI, I'm going to go to you on this one. Burger King, Thimber says in the chat, Burger King is currently struggling due to ongoing issues with health and profitability of its franchises. I've been saying that for years now. So if they don't do like Xbox is doing, they will be done soon. And I agree. Xbox is just doing what is necessary to keep the brand healthy. So
I really think though, I don't think that they'll be done. I think that they aren't seeing the profits they want to see.
Right, they're not doing McDonald's numbers, is it? But they're doing enough to stay alive.
You know what Wize isn't telling us. You know what Wize? He's a Microsoft stockholder, so that he's the one that's calling them every day, going, "What the fuck's going on?" No. You need to make more money.
Do not ask how many shares I bought today. Do not ask how many shares I went.
How much did we make? What, 20 billion last year? We need to make 25 billion this year.
The reason
who you gotta fire?
Put the games everywhere, every fucking where. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It was like either buy
and you made a certain amount of money 1 year. If you dip back $1 million, they're looking at you like you're crazy.
Yep.
You on the top.
The people in these boardrooms that they want to see the numbers move up. They don't want to see them move down, and they don't give a shit what they have to do in order to make them move that direction.
That's where the layoff come in at, and
you don't understand the logic of it. Okay, the logic has always been this. All right, and for those of you who don't know how it works, here you go. All companies have money that they sit on because it's profit, right? Now, cash on hand is a liability because of inflation, because as your money sits in any account that's not generating interest, it is losing its value day by day. So this is a massive loss this is a massive source of loss for major corporations who are sitting on millions and billions of cash on hand, and because they don't want to, diminish the value of the purchase. Mm-hmm. So the best thing to do is to diversify. Take the money that you have and buy stocks into other companies, buy other smaller companies, etc., so that you have an ROI that beats what you would get if you just took the money and put it in a mutual fund. And see, therein lies the thing. So when we as stockholders look at it, we're like, okay, so this portion of this company made this amount of money. Had they just put that same amount of money in a interest-bearing account of some kind, how much interest would we have? And does the interest that we get or the ROI we're getting from this investment beating the generic interest that we would have gotten had we just invested in it?
I didn't know you were Jewish.
You guys why they smart.
Huh?
Don't tell people that. He'll start to believe it.
No. But
they want to argue with me whether you're smart or not. And I told them you
These
were.
companies have been doing shit like this the whole time. They've always been doing shit like this. It's just that back in the day, our gaming news came from fucking Game Informer, a magazine that came out once a month. There was no internet. There was no social media. Nobody knew what was. Same thing with movies.
It's not just and it's not just gaming. It's all major industries. If you're into the entertainment industry, you have your ear to that. You know what's going on at all the major studios. If you're into cars, you know what's going on in all the major.
We're hardly surprised by any announcements now because we hear the rumors and rumblings of shit that's happening or that's going to come out before it comes out. Going back in the day, nobody knew shit.
I mean, back in the day, Bloomberg, The Verge, they didn't care about the gaming industry back then, but the gaming industry is so huge now.
Yeah.
Ever
And all of a sudden they got interested. Halo 2, ironically enough, Halo 2 was the straw that broke the camel's back. That launch was so fucking big that all of these other companies that you're looking at right now that we're talking about, Verge and all of them, that's when they say, well, what they side up and say, wait a fucking minute. That's a shit ton of money and that's a shit ton of people, you know? Before remember gaming was a niche thing that, you know, you were ostracized to be a gamer back in the day, you know?
Dude, I remember seeing people, the lines outside of GameStop on video, people waiting to get Halo 2 then. I remember seeing that on my local news.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you played video games, if you liked comic book characters, you were a nerd and a loser. Now, that's everybody. Everybody plays video games because everybody likes superheroes and comic books.
I was strong and I had crutches. Nobody fucking called me those words. I had a 4-foot fucking reach on everybody.
I was like, listen, motherfucker, I got the upper body strength of a fucking gorilla. The fuck out of here.
Hey, you know one more thing I want to add to that? Back in the day, you would wish that you would have got a gamer girlfriend or anime girlfriend. Now it is literally possible. It is literally possible. There's so many girls.
Not for you though.
You got bitches that are 60s with their tits hanging out, streaming games on Twitch, making thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right. Yeah. So you got, you know, things are getting better. So you want change? I want change. You know, like that.
Yeah, I want one of those girls because I'll be like, no, you do your thing, baby. I don't care.
You got to go to like Cambodia or Japan where the girls don't realize how hot they are because they look like everybody else.
All right, let's go ahead and pivot to the next topic here. So, Microsoft had an announcement today. So, before we talk about it, here we go.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about is power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
I use that clip when I hit 9,000 subs. I use that as the intro for my next video when I hit 9,000 subs.
That was
That's
genius.
fucking awesome.
You on that one.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I got a bit in the knee on that one. That was good.
Caps off to you.
All right, so yeah, go ahead, KY. 9,000 total Microsoft layoff. I got quite a bit to say about this.
Reported.
Well, and I got something to say about this. So we know the divisions. It was already, I mean, it was put out there. The big rumors that the majority of these layoffs were going to come from, I mean, sales and distribution teams. And to be honest with you, it's 2025. I'm surprised they even have a sales department. Just get a couple dudes that are really good at web design, and there you go. And distribution, you've got companies like Amazon and Newegg, and these people do it for you. I mean, there's no need for you to drive your own departments in sales and distribution, because guess what? There are companies that already do that for you, and they give you a discount the more you ship. I mean, shit. That's all I got to say about that.
It's easy money, man. It's easy money.
Yeah.
Oh, you drove Wize off. Yeah, you drove him off.
He said he had to go pee-pee. Little boy's room.
Oh, this is where I take over again, huh? So, KY, tell us where they can find you.
I heard the doorbell is mail order brides here.
You know what's funny is one of these weeks when he walks off like that, we should do that. We should do our quick sign off, and then when he comes back, he's the only one on the screen.
That'll be funny shit right there. Oh,
but again, it's one of these things where, again, like, I don't care. Like, it suck that people lost their jobs? Sure, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my life.
It's out of our hands.
Like, does it suck that I'm not going to get to play whatever the fuck that perfect dark game was going to end up being?
No,
maybe, I don't know. You know, like I said, on Twitter, like it could have been worse. They could have launched Perfect Dark.
I'm not going to get to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
They could have launched Perfect Dark and then killed it after a week and then shut the studio down. That's far worse.
Which looks
right. So
looks way worse that way.
Yeah. So like, I'm not going to get to play something that they didn't even give us release windows for.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually surprised because they've been developing a game for what 15, 20 years.
A long time. But they also rolled in people from Crystal Dynamics, and that Avengers game was trash. So
I'm not too surprised because it just was. They had a real crappy beginning, and it just continued on with so many things. To shut the studio down, I was surprised at that though, because they have other developers there, but
I understand this. So they've been working on this project for X amount of years, like pouring, pretty much all their creative juice into making whatever these games are going to be. Then have them say, all that shit that you've been dedicating your life to for the last 3-4 years. Yeah, we ain't going to make that anymore. and not only that, here's a box. Put your shit in to get the fuck out. Right? Before Wise gets back, I understand that sucks, but
let me give my points real quick because I got a few that I want to. I said this on King Show earlier, and I said this in a tweet. We don't know exactly what happened with that thing. I would think that they went to these developers, and they may. To me, there's 3 questions they should ask. How far are you along in the development?
Mm-hmm.
How much longer do you think you need? And honestly, do you think it's viable to continue with the development? Because some of these developers may have went, you know what, we don't think we're going to be able to do what we need in a timely manner. Because Perfect Dark been 7 years or something, and then and the other the multiplayer, the MMORPG from.
Is that
Everwild's been like a decade. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't been that long. It just feels like it. But they may have honestly said, look, we don't think we can do this. They may have said, can you have this done by this time? And they might went, no. So then that hard decision comes to me. Also, as far as it's over 9,000, we really don't have the exact number. Those are all the reported rumored numbers, but we don't have the exact number. We may never have the exact number, but it's still a lot. Mm-hmm. And also, some of those people, as we know, whenever this happens, they will be given severance pay. Some of them will be given priority in another position somewhere else within Microsoft. They could end up going laterally somewhere else. There's all kinds of things, and some of this that they said a lot of ABK, some of the support staff for a. But so to me, it sounds like some of this is the last wash off of the buyout of the word I'm thinking of.
The acquisition.
Yeah. Because the cleaning up of we don't need 27 middle managers for
the redundancies.
Yeah. So some of this could be the final wash off of that. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it looks good. I will say to me, it's interesting that they actually did it the day after the end of their fiscal year. I don't know if anybody realized that, but yesterday was the end of their fiscal year. So this won't show up on the books until the end of next year, or till the end of June next year.
By that time, you got everything cleaned back up again.
No, the futures for tomorrow are interesting.
Yeah.
The futures for tomorrow.
And that's what a lot of people. Now it does affect the end of calendar year stuff for the severance pay and stuff.
Right.
But as far as the value and stuff, it didn't affect last year.
I think that's quite interesting too, because
PlayStation did with that one game.
Yeah.
I was surprised that PlayStation.
It's like why sometimes I feel like I'm the only voice out here in these, and I don't have much of a voice who thinks about that, who realizes that that's when their fiscal year falls, and here's when this date falls. And I'm the only one who brings it. No, I hear nobody else brings that up, but that plays into the decisions they make. Absolutely, because it affects the stockholders' return, doesn't it, Wize?
So what's really interesting. So what I found really interesting is that we already know that Xbox has this. Xbox is pivoting right now. We've seen it with them putting their name, whether or not they're going to have actual VR games that you can access. Yet to be seen. Right now, it's just a headset that you get. You kind of get a discount on it, really, because you get a controller that is $70 and you get the Pro headband to the Quest 3S. That by itself is a $60.
I was going to say that headband is nice.
Yeah, you get the headband upgrade, you get the controller. Like yeah, you're already over the extra $100.
By the way, you're all a bunch of assholes.
What? Oh, how did you get that?
Don't ask me my credit questions.
I was cerebral. I was looking back between. I was looking between the 3S
Batman
and
game's
the 3.
Been haunting Paul. I gotta get that Batman game.
Super Nova got it right there, Nova. You nailed it to the.
I'm probably going to wind up getting the 3.
No, this is actually the 3. I couldn't do the 3S.
Yeah,
I said, but if I'm gonna hit my credit card and do that, I'm gonna do it the right way.
Is there anybody offering like 24 months same as cash or anything, or is there any financing offers?
Yes.
Actually,
get it through a firm on Amazon.
I got it through Amazon, and if you have an Amazon card, you can do it that way, or you can use a Sure or whatever it's called.
I got it through Best Buy. Best Buy was offering if you applied for their Best Buy Citibank credit card, and you were approved, you got whatever purchase it was for 12 months. Same as cash.
This is funny. I applied for the card, right? They approved me, right? They're stupid. But I actually have decent credit, but because I worked hard on that. But then I was going to actually buy it from them. The fucker was sold out within 250 miles of me. I'm like, fine. But I still got the card, so I don't have to touch the card. So,
let's see how much this thing is going for. Let's see the Quest.
Well, you're talking in front of your mic. We can't hear a fucking word you're saying.
The regular 3S is $299.
Yeah.
Yep. 5. So it's let me see here. It's $499, and they're offering financing options. View your offers. Let's see here. What off?
Yeah. And all the official MetaQuest accessories are expensive as shit. So that Pro band is like Carol was saying, like $50-$60.
And see, for me to use the non-Pro band, the one that came with it here, the flappy thing, because I have so much hair and stuff, it doesn't like to. I actually have to wear a baseball hat backwards, so it actually has the hat to grab onto. So it'll.
What annoys me with those bands is the bands always rub against the top of my ears. That's why I don't like. I just got a new band that came in today.
Yeah. And
so while Wize is throwing more things onto his credit, I'll go ahead and give my 2 cents on that I started to. I think it's kind of funny that they're making these changes at the very beginning of the fiscal year, because we already know that Xbox has already went and put their name on a headset, not theirs. Don't even know whether or not they'll even have VR games on Game Pass that you can try. Don't know. They've already partnered with ROG for this handheld. So,
boys,
Republic of Gamers.
Boys, sorry to interrupt you there. Something just happened.
Republic of Gays.
Yeah, something just happened here. Like something just happened here at home that I need to take care of, and as soon as I can get this done, then I'll be back. Okay.
All right, brother. You take care. Let me know you're okay.
Cheers.
Yo, he leaving because he's about to go.
He's gonna blow someone's back out.
Shut up, Operation Fabio.
So by the next, by the end of the next fiscal year, are we going to see their returns, are they gonna account it to this pivot strategy, or are they gonna account it to the changes they made at the beginning of the fiscal year? It's gonna be very interesting.
Probably a little bit of both. Probably a little bit of
How do
both.
they know that?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to address this. That's just the way it is.
You're gonna have to address what, you fucking instigator?
What did I instigate? I mean,
He's just
instigator. Maybe you'd know if you wouldn't fucking double dutching in and out of the goddamn podcast, motherfucker.
You know what? You didn't double dutch because you're on a wheelchair.
I, for one, and
I just rock my wheelchair back and forth. Get over them ropes.
Let me say some shit that's gonna piss everybody off.
Hold on, whoa, Super, you're in a wheelchair.
I, for one, am very fucking happy.
I severed my spinal cord in a motorcycle accident in 2014.
Bushido, where have you been for like the last 2 years?
You never had a spine. You a yellow back.
Oh hell no!
Wait, Mr.
We've talked about this many times on here.
Me and Lemon are not the same person.
Is revoked. You're not even black no more. You a saturated white dude like Drake.
So let's talk about some of the games that were announced that are definitely canceled. One of them being Perfect Dark. The second one being
you wasn't buying it. You wasn't buying it. Fucking Wize.
Nobody knew what the fuck it was. Even Rare, the people who were making it. So I knew that was good. That was the writing on the wall for that one. Like when a company comes out, we got the graphics, but we don't know what the fuck the game is. I knew there was something. The writing was on the wall.
I was hoping that was one game I was hoping that they would still work through.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think it's the best outcome for this whole situation. Sitting there, because let's be honest, the biggest source of expense for any company is the payroll. If you are now, how long has Everwild been announced? 7 years, 6 years? I don't know how many years.
About 7 years. Yeah.
7 years. Yeah. You got people. That payroll is ticking, and if you still have nothing after 7 years, then what in God's name are you doing?
Yeah. But that we're talking about Rare. I mean, they're still doing Sea of Thieves, so those people are still working, technically.
Yeah, because I can guarantee you that Sea of Thieves isn't a 24/7 type of thing at this point.
And by the way, newsflash: whoever loses their job at turn 10, I'm telling you, is going to be rehired by Playground because Playground is swelling up in size, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're getting ready for a new Horizon launch.
No, they're getting ready for fucking Fable.
Well, both. I mean, they've already proven that they can do more than Horizon Racing.
Are we sure Fable's even coming?
Yes, next year. Yes, next year.
Low?
Now, what form it's going to be in?
Are you new to the show? He's been here.
Release from camp. He's good.
Fable's getting canceled. I'm putting $10 on this one. It ain't coming. Sit down, everyone.
Let me say this. Look, I can tell you
I don't think I'd ever get the money, so I'm not betting you.
I mean, I'm telling you for an unequivocal Fable is coming, whether it's coming in hot or what, it's coming. It has to be. It has to.
I'm gonna come.
That's all I heard in my head was Donald Trump said, "I'm gonna come."
And then all he had was dried up mushroom soup.
Just get the wipes.
There's that clip where it's Kamala Harris and she's like, "Do not come, do not come," and there's Jim going, "I'm gonna come."
Towels and wipes, everyone. Make sure to get towels and wipes.
There is no. Let's put it this way: there is not going to be another game that's going to be as scrutinized as Fable,
and they know that. That's why they delayed it because any rough corners. Oh, everybody's going to talk about it. You're not going to hear the end of it.
And now that they're selling...
What's rough is that fucking bitch's face. They need to fix that shit.
Well, no, I think they did it on purpose with the whole British humor thing, with the bad teeth and the ugly maiden type of thing. That's what I thought.
Well,
it's funny you said...
The real model is really
she's not bad.
The first time she smiled in that reveal, I was like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, the game is supposed to be tongue-in-cheek anyway to a degree. So I figured that's why they made that decision. It would be nice.
Even in the cleaned up graphics, she's probably going to have shot up teeth because it is a poke at the English people.
Yeah, but I mean, it felt like they magnified that character model, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much of it was social justice and all that other shit going on at that time, but yeah.
Xbox did say they're going to... They purposefully will not be sexualizing women moving forward. They did
When
say
did they say this?
And then you have Mecha Break that does
There
it.
goes the neighborhood.
Source.
Right, so
Never gonna see Stellar Blade over there.
Right?
shift up is like, fuck that, you know. But let me say this.
Boys, you better just hold on to Bayonetta because that's the only shot of ass you're ever going to get on Xbox from here on
Never
out.
been a fan of
No,
Bayonetta.
Mecha Break has a nice
I
girl
think
with a
she's
nice
done
ass
hot
in it.
there.
All the female protagonists are going to look like fucking Melissa McCarthy from this point going forward.
Well,
Girl, calm down.
it's a good thing I'm not eating anything right about now.
She cracks me up.
Okay, so Everwild's one, Perfect Dark, and which I sort of knew when they first announced the developer, the initiative. They're like, okay, we're just going to take all of these prime talent from all of these other development houses, and I'm like, yeah, but those prime talent probably
They're not
going
gonna
to
get
with a chip
along.
on their shoulder because they are prime talent, you know.
And then they fought over
You
bringing
gotta
in.
listen to me. Look what I did over here. You gotta no. You gotta listen to me. Look at what I did over here.
Yeah.
All right, both y'all shut up. Look at what I did over here.
Right? Remember their idea was nobody gets to be supervisor or boss. That's how we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's gonna have a say, and it doesn't work like that in real life, unfortunately.
Right. So, I mean, I sort of knew I'm like, if history is any reference, this developer is going to have a shit show, and it did. Remember, they said,
it could have gone that way, or it could have gone. Look at when we made the fucking NBA Dream Team and went to the Olympics and fucking stomped everybody the fuck out.
Yeah, because everybody else's story was
it could have gone that way.
You don't understand. The Dream Team won because everybody else stopped playing basketball because they were watching their idols play, and they're like, I ain't gonna fucking play against. I'm not gonna guard against Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna
even if they tried to play.
No, they were just that much better than the other
You're talking
team.
about somebody from Croatia is all 5'2", and he's looking up his
the first year when all of a sudden they announced that, the other teams were in no way ready for that. You know,
the KD team was.
I'm sorry, but the way Wize just put it, that's like I'm guarding Jordan. Oh my God, I've got the best seat in the house for this shit. I'm just gonna watch it.
I know for a fact if I was playing against the Dream Team, I wouldn't be playing much. I'd be sitting back and watching this shit. Yeah, here, Dad, catch the ball. No, just give it to him. He's gonna take it away from me anyway. So
yeah, I can't wait to see this. Give it to him, please.
Right, they just hand the ball to Mike. They're like, Mr. Jordan, could you please dunk this for me, sir? It'd be an honor for you to dunk this ball. I just handed you.
You handed it with a Sharpie in the other hand.
That's right. I think the problem with the initiative or anything, if you don't have, because Bobby will tell you, we had a couple of developers on, and one of the stories he was telling us that a few of the games will come out crappy, not because of development, because of leadership. There's another guy, Sinby Games. I was in a group chat with him, and he works for Microsoft now with Blizzard. And
at least he used to. No, I'm kidding.
But she don't get motherfuckers fired.
He's saying before that a few games that they worked on. He said in the last month, the game came together. He said all the way up until that last month, he thought the game was going to get pushed back. It's a crap show. Nah, man, this game it's not going to work. Next thing you know, it worked. But he said most of the problem comes from, both of them said, is the studio heads and not giving direction when direction is needed, not making sure that I have my next assignment. Dude was saying during COVID, he said he sat for a month on this game. I don't know what game it was because he couldn't tell me. He said he sat for a month before he got his next assignment. He said it ain't like I didn't call every day. He said I called every day. And he said he just was like, yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah, I'll get back to you.
And I'll tell you why that happens. That happens because you've got, so whether you're leading the team or not, you have a background in that industry. And so whether your background's on art or story or, engine, whatever, that up until crunch time, That's what you focus on. That's what's taken care of. Everybody else, everything else, everybody else, all the other departments, back burner until it comes down to crunch time, and they're like, "This is not where it needs to be." And then it's like that last month, everything comes together, and that's what happens. So if you've got a studio head that is only focused on one thing, and everybody else gets left in the dust, like the guy that did the that gameplay trailer that we seen for Perfect Dark.
Mm-hmm.
That probably got pushed out at the last moment because they said, "Hey, Phil said we got to show something."
Right.
Yep.
And that guy was ready. You just haven't talked to him in the last year.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is.
And the other side of it too is, especially during COVID when they were all separated, the guy that your friend called to say, "Okay, what do I need to be doing?" He may have been trying to reach out to some of the other guys going, "Okay, where are you at? Because I need to tell this other guy what he needs to be working on."
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did mention that. Yeah. I just only focused on that part. But yeah, they all reach out and talk to each other and be like, "No, he didn't get back to me yet either." Well, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. And I'm like, man, that's messed up. I remember he told us about how Anthem came to, and he said the developers found out about Anthem the day we found out about Anthem. They hired a third-party company to make the sizzle reel for it, and then told the developers as they're watching it, they was like, "Yeah, all that you see, we want y'all to make that inside the game. Put that in the game." And they had all these questions like, "Well, what's the black hole? What's this? All right, well, what's their whole?" He said they were fortunate to get the game out.
That sounds like the old school. That sounds like the old school comic books. What they would do is they would the cover artist would do his thing. They would show the cover to the writer, and then make this into a comic book story. They go, okay.
Hey, I said we all squad up, go in the server, and wreck some shit in Anthem because y'all know they're still up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Really? Is? I did not know
love
that.
that game.
Go figure. I don't
Yes.
know. Oh my god.
You actually got streaming with it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Random world events and everything. It's still up.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was going to sort of like they closed it down? I thought
it's on a Commodore 64, but it's still up. No.
There's a wormhole that we'll get stuck in because that game had so much potential.
It does, yeah. I absolutely
love that game.
The flight mechanics of that game were solid, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Just no content. No content.
No content.
Yeah.
So,
the content they did have was repetitive, which was one of the issues that everybody complained about. You know, but they
didn't even finish the main storyline. It was crazy.
Where's the end game? That's it. Oh, okay.
What is this? Tell me about this.
Like right there, bitch, you reached the end of the game.
Okay, so officially this is what we are looking at. Perfect Dark cancel. We talked about that. Initiative closes. They're closing down the initiative altogether, which I think is a good idea anyways to begin with. Everwild canceled. Rare hit with layoffs. Banjo-Kazooie director leaves Rare after 35 plus years. 50%.
I'm so glad Fabio's not here to hear that.
Well, there goes the idea of any Banjo coming down anytime soon. 50% of Turn 10 laid off. That is amazing.
Yeah, I've heard different percentages all day. I've heard 50. I've heard 20.
So basically, no, I know.
It's still a developing situation. Like not all of the information is out yet. So right now, as it stands, 50% of that they're saying.
I love Forza.
Mm-hmm.
But I will admit that Forza Motorsport was such a simulation. It was a niche product. I love Horizon. I could play Horizon all day long. But Motorsport, I swear you screw up one time in a race, you hit it, you rub a wall, it's over. You're done. Shut it off.
Yes.
Your tire hit that patch of grass, sliding into the wall at 700 miles an hour because your tire touched the grass.
That and also they just launched it, so they don't need the swelled up size of their development.
And they see the numbers. The Horizon is far more popular than Motorsport.
And plus, a lot of those people, as I said, are going to be bought up. I mean, they're going to be just by HR repositioned into Playground.
And I really don't think that's going to be the last we've seen of that Forza engine either. I don't think they're totally doing, because that was, I was talking about it earlier. That was meant to be a game as a service. That's why it didn't have a number after it. Forza Motorsport, not Forza 8, because it was going to be their 10-year project. New engine, it was built from the ground up. So
okay,
I don't think
we have a code for Xbox Game Pass for 1 month. So there we go. So thank you, Thimber.
Actually, that looks like the code for your OnlyFans. I don't know.
No, that looks like my friend code for Nintendo.
Yeah,
You get 2 weeks free.
All right, okay. So what else was we said? We said okay.
Yeah, it's PC Game Pass.
King and ZeniMax hit with layoffs. New ZeniMax Online IP canceled. Call of Duty Studios Raven and Sledgehammer hit with layoffs. Blizzard.
Okay, real quick, because that's one reason I think a lot of this was still cleaning up after the acquisition, because King is their moneymaker.
Right.
Okay, so it's not like the King is going broke and they need to drop some. It's like,
well, you see, the problem is you don't need accounts payable anymore. You have Microsoft's account payable. You don't need that anymore. So there's a whole lot of redundancy in there. Right. And to be honest with you, of the people who have lost their jobs in not Microsoft, but in Xbox, I would, from what I heard from the stats, and this is just, scuttlebutt, of the people who lost their jobs from the Xbox division, whether they're in ZeniMax, ABK, whatever, you are looking at, what I heard was over 80% of them are going to be repositioned somewhere else in Microsoft.
Right. That's what I was saying earlier.
Right. So if you're looking at,
Also, the other point I want to push is everybody's focused on Xbox and they're taking this 9,000 number and saying Xbox. It's not. It's Microsoft. It's across all their divisions.
Right.
It's it's across the Surface. It's across
the Surface is going to be shellacked. Surface is being shellacked.
But everybody, especially everybody on the Twitter Spaces is so locked on to 9,000 people from Xbox. No.
Surface is going to get that Zoom treatment.
I mean, I think Xbox has how many total? Like, not even. I don't even think it has like 10,000. Right.
I can speak on this.
Go ahead.
9,000 people. That's 4%. 4% of their workforce.
But how much is the employee
of Microsoft or Xboxes?
Microsoft. 4% is on. I mean, 9,000 is only 4% of their total employees,
and 4% can be explained away with redundancy. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we don't know the 9,000 how many came from Xbox or Microsoft Gaming. We don't, because we're never going to see that breakdown ever. It's like,
also, like, a lot of people are up in arms. Why did they cancel Perfect Dark? Look, let me put yourself in the position of a CEO for once in your goddamn life. Okay,
listen. I rather every day they cancel a game that they don't think is going to be good than release a game that's dog shit. I'll take a canceled game that I
no. We don't know if it's going to be good or not. But they're taking 6-7 years. If you're taking 7 years,
but I'm with
what are you doing?
If the game ain't coming along, do not do another. What's that vampire game they had last time?
Redfall.
Yeah. Don't do a Redfall. Don't do a Concord. Don't do that.
Don't do a Craig.
If it don't look good,
I mean, it's like when you really, really hammered at a party, and then your chick's trying to blow you, and you just can't get hard. And it's like 10 minutes in, and she's like, "Listen, dude, I don't think it's gonna happen."
Bro, if she's quitting after 10 minutes, she's not a keeper. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but if it's taking longer than that, you got too much whiskey in you. Okay.
It's like, listen, baby, I'm running out of spit. Is it gonna happen anytime soon?
Bob knows exactly what I meant by that comment. Got that whiskey dick thing going on, and
Okay, Doom's coming on in a few minutes. He's ready to start some shit. All right, we can't wait till Doom comes on in. All right. So yeah, I mean.
Doomsday was coming on.
Yeah, Doomsday is coming on in a few minutes. Yeah, he said he's going to be. He's right. He's taking his kid to swimming lessons, and he said he's going to jump in after that. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things.
These people up in arms over a game they've never even really seen are the same people that get all pissed off when games get delayed. It's like, would you want a busted ass game now? Let them fucking do what they have to do.
But what Wize said speaks to the point I made. They may have had a sit-down meeting with the said, where are you at? Where do you think you can be in X amount of time? And do you think it's worth our time to try to continue this, or should we cut bait and run? And so,
I mean, it's like anything with it. Like even in college, right? Yeah, I have a grant, and the grant gives me the ability to do my research. If my research is taking longer than what the fucking grant is allowing me for, they're going to pull the fucking grant.
Yep.
I mean, that's just common sense. Any business has that. You cannot just take an indefinite amount of time to make shit because payroll is so fucking expensive.
You know,
PlayStation did it with fucking
we saw that happen with Dr. Venkman. You know, he was working on that ESP thing.
Fucking those like tarot card looking things.
I mean, it just.
Who are you about to say, Super?
Go ahead.
Huh?
You said
what was that?
No. I was saying this, the PlayStation did the same shit when it came to what's it called, the fucking Last of Us multiplayer. They put God knows how much money and time into that shit, and then they canceled it. Does it suck? Did I want to play it? Sure. It sucks that it's canceled. At the same time, whatever reason they decided it's not going to work out.
Okay,
I'd rather them do that than release something that's not good.
Hear me out with this one. I wanted it so bad that I was like, I mean, let me see first. Let me see.
Wow, Bush, how long does it take you to see? You need a magnifying glass or something?
Let me see something, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I agree.
Doom.
I just wanted to, man. That's all.
Where's Lemon at?
Lemon's coming. He's in and out.
He's double dutching.
Lemon held down with the blanket.
Because I want to ask Lemon, this $1 trillion company, how comes they can't afford to keep their employees? Over 15,000 employees this year.
It's like 15,000,
man.
Yeah, 6,000 last year, right?
6,000 a couple months ago.
Yeah, 6,000 last year. But that was across all of Microsoft, though.
And let me start a little bit of shit. This is not the end. There is a lot more. What I've been told. There's a lot more coming.
From Wooly or from what's the
no. So you have to clarify. When you say a lot more coming, are you talking about specifically the Xbox division, or are you talking about Microsoft in general?
As a division, Microsoft as a company is cutting a lot. But listen, this is what you get, and I'm not going to sit there and say the person I work for, but my boss, okay. Has sat there and said he wants to keep hiring. This is all a fact from COVID. You overhired. You went out, and Sony's at fault for doing this too. For the dumb shit that they did, they went out and they bought studios that they didn't need to buy. Everybody keeps sitting there saying about Bungie, but you didn't need to buy Firewalk. You didn't need Deviation.
Blue Point.
You were doing perfectly fine.
No, they needed Blue Point. Blue Point was justifiable,
Listen,
but all that other crap, Air Games, Deviation, keep going.
But I didn't like the fact that they didn't have experience in AAA games or even AA games. I didn't like that.
And House Marquee, I'm fine with, but
House Marquee I thought was pretty good.
Other ones, because you have never. And this hurts so much because I'm a huge Killzone fan and I loved Resistance, but Sony has always sucked when it comes to multiplayer games. They cannot make a multiplayer game to save their life. Stay away from it. Do what you do best, and that is create single-player games. Okay?
I want to build on what Doomsayer said. Another thing Sony has sucked at is recognizing the IPs that their fans want. We don't want 7 versions of The Last of Us. We want another Resistance. We want another Killzone. Damn it.
Bob, the thing is what's so common that, and I've actually sat there and discussed this, it's not going to work. You have Call of Duty that is killing everybody. Then you have Apex, PUBG, Fortnite. It's not going to survive. They're not going to waste the money on something like that. But why don't you sit there and take a lot of this money and start making, fresh, brand new IP? That's what everybody sits there and wants. Brand new IP when they make it.
Let me go with you with this, Doom. I would rather, of course, when we talk about the money they spent, instead of making foam stars, I would have. I think it would have been better. I'm not even trying to make a joke, but I'm just saying. Instead of making
Just the way you fucking said.
I'm saying it. Instead of making foam stars, that money could have went into SOCOM at least.
But see, Foam Stars was made.
Proven IP.
But what's Foam Stars?
What about Destruction All Stars?
That
beaut.
That you definitely see, but Foam Stars was made by Square Enix.
Yeah, that was. I didn't think they were made by
Square
Yeah,
Enix.
but it was. They paid for development though. That was the only problem.
They helped out. Yes, I'll totally agree with that because that's. But it's just I'm just sitting here and I'm scrolling through Twitter today and I'm like, man, doesn't this come back to bite all the yo-yos that for the last couple of years and even shit stick sitting there and wanting Microsoft to go and buy Yotei and all this other stuff. Go ahead. I want Microsoft to buy everything so then they can go ahead and let even more employees
Amen.
It's just go ahead and do it because you're the one that's messing up the gaming not the gaming community.
What?
Listen, here's another thing. Lemon, this $1 trillion company that you got, why are they laying off over 15,000?
Excuse me.
Employees.
Okay, we have to
respect. 15,000 employees they let go.
Okay.
How's
Yo, Wize,
company
we
doing?
not doing this diaper shit, man. No depends. You heard? Yo, Doomslayer. Where the fuck was you at when Sony was laying off motherfuckers' baby mamas?
What?
You know what's crazy?
Oh my God.
No, hold on, chat. Hold on, panel. You know what's crazy? I was minding my business and motherfucker said you was here. We gonna talk facts. First of all, you don't know one person that's laid off.
That helping out Microsoft too? Those users.
Talk that shit, 108.
First of all, motherfucker, first of all, in 18 months they be a $5 trillion company, and I don't care about their money. I don't care. Stop talking. You had your chance.
Boy just said round one.
How's a $5 trillion company?
I see your game room, motherfucker.
God damn it.
You gonna stop fucking it,
It's like Rocky going, I don't hear no bell.
Fuck that shit, KY. We not doing
no bell.
We not doing this.
There you go.
That's the end of round one.
Why are you
Listen, you lucky I gotta take this call from this chick,
why are
man.
you sweating?
He's sweating because he's fat as fuck. He's sweating.
I didn't.
I'm worried when he eats a pizza.
I'm worried more about why we're looking at him from the same viewpoint a $20 trick would be looking at him.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna say this for the record.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna say this for the record, motherfucker. You are not an Xbox connoisseur. You are a PlayStation dick sucker, and that's okay. That's okay.
I'm fine. I don't know.
If
I'm all right.
PlayStation balls are on your chin, where's the dick?
Okay,
go ahead.
Look, hold on. Look, there's a good family friend of ours who was a realtor. Dude's loaded. He's got multi-millions of dollars. I remember as a kid, I was like, yo, dude, like he never spent his money on anything. I was like, dude, why don't you you don't have a nice car? You don't have he had a house. That was it. Like, you don't drive a nice car. I was like, why don't you buy anything? He goes, it's like you have millions of dollars. And he goes, yeah, I got millions of dollars because I don't buy shit. Like, just because Microsoft has all that money doesn't mean that they're going to sit there and let it burn on places where if they don't want to allocate money to that, they're not going to. They're still making profits every quarter, every year.
Blood in and blood out, motherfucker. This motherfucker is not the cornerstone of what Xbox do.
On Pyro.
Xbox, nigga.
Listen.
On Pyro.
All right, let him talk. Let him talk. It's between me and Doom.
That I started my Xbox experience from the 360. I played on the original Xbox, Fable, Halo, all that kind of shit, but I didn't buy one until the 360. And I will sit there and tell you, Lemon, that is the best console. And I've sat there and I've said,
it's really not. It's really not.
For me, for me, I'm not speaking for anybody else.
No, the best console of that generation was Dreamcast, motherfucker.
Made.
Having up the games.
Okay, so
Wise, you're not gonna drown me out, Wise. This is your show. But
okay, go ahead, get your gloves off.
We taking the gloves off with this man.
Let's go.
Lemon, talk your shit, dude.
Yo, listen. First of all,
you can't train to this jungle music.
you talk that shit.
I'm enjoying this. This is like primetime TV.
No disrespect.
Or whatever the hell's going on here. I have nothing to do with this.
I wish I was in square next to Super. I could high five you.
Motherfucker, Pandora opens a goddamn box. I didn't do shit.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I got a text on my phone saying, "Yo, go get Doom. He wilding on wild shit." I was minding my business. I was talking to a big titty, big booty hoe bitch, and I came in here to interrupt that conversation to give you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Fire Marshal Bill status. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. What else is gonna happen? Shout out to COVID. Shout out to games being expensive. They should have laid off them fucking Concord niggas.
They did. They got rid of them.
Yeah, after the game came out.
Shout out to Jim Ryan.
Before it happened. Why are you mad?
They got rid of it.
Why are you mad? Microsoft is cutting the cloth before the game come out. Don't release the game and then do shit and then lay them off. If we see the problem beforehand, off with your fucking head.
I agree with Lemon.
I think every studio should do that, to be honest with you.
Off with your head. We don't want to hear. Oh no! Let the game come out. Let the game come out. 2,700 people out of 70 million consoles bought it, and then say, you know what? We need to cut the fat. No, bitch, cut the fat before you take losses. What the fuck are you talking about?
There's like that Superman movie coming out, and then after a week they're like, yanked it from all the theaters as dog shit.
Right.
And then fire Warner Brothers, everybody.
Talk that shit, Yo, Doom, listen, man.
What's up?
I don't want to get, and you know, I told you after I saw your game room, I got you. You're really not a pony. You an X-bot, nigga. You an X-bot. You want Xbox to be great? No, nigga, shut up.
Wait, no, Lemon. We're all Xbox. Didn't you hear? My PlayStation's an Xbox.
Yeah.
Lemon, I can't agree with that because I don't own an Xbox.
You're not gonna agree with it because you got fucking Sony nuts on your chin. That's why.
Okay.
You're taking that 12 inches of venom.
Games than you do.
I just picture the Balchinians from Men in Black 2.
I got more PlayStation games than you do. You got the PSVR. You got the PSVR.
I'm not understanding what the point is on that.
Do you have the PlayStation VR, motherfucker?
You can ask Jay about that.
No, I'm asking you.
You need to ask Jay about that because
I'm asking you. You're not going to default
Graphic God
to somebody
has
else. Dude, you got PlayStation VR, and how many games do you got?
I think the word you were looking for there was deflect, not default.
You know what? You're right.
Rock has been like a pony bot lately.
I've been drinking.
Who asked you to correct me?
You've been drinking? Oh, we cannot tell that you've been drinking.
Listen, Count Dooku, shut the fuck up before I get on your head. I'm leaving you out of this. But I got a text on my phone that said this nigga is acting crazy. We not doing this.
Who said
we not doing it?
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
Oh,
Yo, listen,
whatever.
stop playing with your Doom.
I'm
Stop
sorry.
fucking with me.
Nobody should ride or die with any of these companies.
Around with you,
They are
Len.
here to
Doom,
provide a service.
stop playing with my
Listen, I gotta clip
motherfucking
that
emotions.
shit.
You hear this, KY? We not taking this blasphemy, motherfucker.
Doom, be careful. Diddy got to quit. Diddy got off on bail.
Yo, talk that shit. Yo, listen. Yo, listen,
He
Doom.
might come for you.
Yo, listen, Doom. Listen.
Go ahead.
Portal playing motherfucker. That's a lot of P.
That's a lot of what?
Don't you disrespect Xbox because I guarantee your PC
Wize is
don't got
dying
Linux.
over there.
I guarantee your PC don't got Linux.
Breathe, Wise.
I
Breathe.
can guarantee your PC does not have Linux.
I don't even know how to PC.
Mac.
I failed to see the relevancy of that, but all right.
Oh man, I feel bad.
I guarantee your PC don't got Minesweeper.
Trying to find
Okay, so
It does have
someone who's
Minesweeper.
definitely losing their job.
You play RTS games and you don't even have a
This is what you
mouse.
called me for, Yobi. Yobi got me on you. Legendary Yobi.
Oh, he ratted
said,
Yobi
"Give
out.
us
He
the
ratted
fucking
Yobi out. Awesome.
Fuck that shit. Yo, Doom, I'm with the shit.
When PlayStation does layoffs, apparently you got to start following the right people. Nico, Snap Blast Play, Gaming Profit.
You talk about content creators, motherfucker. Yoshishida is my man.
They talk all kinds of shit when it comes to
Yoshishida is my man. You're gonna give me a content creator over somebody who is really the president of fucking PlayStation? Are you serious?
Okay,
Do
so
you not see my
okay,
motherfucking
guys. Okay, so Doom brings up a point. So when PlayStation lights off, and so when PlayStation makes layoffs, and Tinder says, "Let me tell y'all why MSN."
I'm listening.
I can barely talk.
I'm listening, Wise.
He said they lay off they lay off small numbers. If you check the numbers, Sony has laid off.
Stop
more
stuttering.
than
You don't stutter, Wise. Stop stuttering.
Deep.
Give me a point.
That's all, folks.
Okay, so according to Thimber, PlayStation actually has more layoffs than even Xbox, but because they release them in one here, two here,
That says Microsoft, not Xbox.
Talk that shit.
Stop saying
Talk
that.
that shit.
This is what I was talking about earlier, Wise.
This is something that people do on social media all the time that I hate is they'll conflate Sony and PlayStation and then
or
Microsoft and Xbox. It's like they are two different things. PlayStation is PlayStation, Xbox is Xbox. The Sony's numbers and Microsoft's numbers, that's different from PlayStation and Xbox's numbers. Like why they always conflate this shit all the time. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Talk
You
that
can't
shit.
take Ford's numbers on how many Explorers they sold. You can't do that.
Threw me right into this one. Jesus Christ. I knew you were freaking, so this was perfect. Long gold.
Yo, Doom, listen. This is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do.
What's up?
You're worth 75 cents.
What?
My wife
You're
would,
not 50 cents. You're worth 75 cents.
my wife would
You
do.
know anything about hunting?
Okay.
So he's not even worth a $5 whore?
A high grade. I need you to take one bullet.
I ain't breaking $1 for his ass.
I need you to go spend 75 cents, right? I need you to take 75 cents. I need you to buy one bullet.
Okay.
I want you to load up a 7.62 carbine, not a 5.5.
You aren't getting a 7.62
Yeah,
for 75
75 cents.
I need him to take that 7.6
5792.
Come on. Hey, Dragon, fight through the alcohol. Fight through the alcohol, Lemon. Do it.
Yo, KY facts. But I'm gonna say this. I need you to stick the pistol to your chin and blow your fucking head off.
For what?
Name the pistol. Hold on. Name the pistol that's got a 7.62
That just
round.
got you canceled.
It's called the PlayStation pistol.
That Nintendo gun they had, that sucker.
Yo, someone coming in here with the hate because when Sony do something, you are kumbaya. Everything good. It don't matter. Fuck you.
Me?
Apparently, Lemon, you didn't hear the beginning of the show. I was giving.
I
Sony
didn't,
a
but I was called to get you, and I'm getting that ass. All pity. I'm accepting all the charges. I'm guilty.
Lemon, I can sit there
Like baby oil and all.
where I basically kept you quiet for about 45 minutes. You know, when
No, I wasn't online. I was talking to a bitch with a fat ass. You mad?
Oh, go ahead and make excuses.
So you're talking KY?
What's that?
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
You know what? I'm gonna go back on silent, man. Fuck this. I don't even deserve this blasphemy from this fuck nigga.
Hey, KY isn't attractive to me.
I fuck with you.
True color.
I'm searching for where to get 7.62 rounds for 75 cents each.
You wanted Xbox to release a Concord so we could be equals. We not equals, bitch. We not equals. Microsoft saw the fuckery.
Okay, let's talk about somebody who's definitely losing their job when the new console comes out. Phil said that he is retiring.
No, that
was defunct. That was debunked today.
Oh, he's not retiring?
No, he's not retiring.
No, fake ass internet motherfuckers.
That's one source. One source only said that,
and it wasn't a good source. Okay,
yeah, it was a terrible one.
Listen,
I know.
I can't talk to these fuck niggas. I just can't. Yo, listen, man. I can't do that. But yo, listen. Yo, Doom. Shout out to you and your fuckery. Shout out to you and your fuckery. Nice try, bitch. I'll see you next week when I'm fucking sober.
Shit, when have you been fucking sober?
We would like to apologize for Mr. 108 Dragons TV. His views in no way are related to the views of Wize Gamer and the Game Set Live podcast. Please, YouTube, do not strike us for his comments on tonight's stream.
Okay, so
and I'm sorry, you're not going to find 7.62 rounds for 75 cents each. It just doesn't work.
You were saying? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
I got to go because I got to get showered and everything. But I just wanted to pop on for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it was legendary. Man,
let me meet him.
You got to take a shower after talking to Lemon?
So, I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah,
all right,
later. Okay, so next thing. So user research has been hit with layoffs, and nearly 50% of them have been laid off. What is user research? Is that one of those test market groups or like focus groups or something?
But is this story related to the last one?
Yeah, still we're talking about people who lost their job. Xbox user research is also
that is internal, like what you would hire an outside company to do for you. That is the internal version.
I'm actually part of user research through the community champion program. So I don't know if anybody that I work with directly has been affected.
Damn, and you just got that MetaQuest? Damn, Paul.
I don't get if I do stuff, I do get a little bit of pay, but not a lot. But yeah, that group is part of like when they send out the what games do you like to play, how old are you? That's all part of that group. They oversee some of the game testing. That's why I've got to test some of the games I got to test recently.
Yeah.
Some of the people I actually know may have been affected by that. One of them just went off on paternity leave, and I won't know if he's been affected until 3 months later when he doesn't come back. Yes.
Why do we have these conversations every fucking time there's layoffs, and we all agree that the layoffs themselves aren't evidence or indicative of bad goings-ons over at the company that's doing the layoffs? We all understand this, and we have this conversation every time there's fucking layoffs.
Because you have the talking heads on Twitter that post that shit like it is. Like, what are they doing? Like, even Doomsayer, his first thing was $7 trillion company and they have to fire people. That's not how that works. Regardless of how much the company is worth, how much each individual department is making or not making. Are they in the red? Are they in the green? Or are they showing profit? Like Wize always says. And if they're not showing profit, or if they're top heavy with middle management, hey, guess what? Shit's got to happen. And I know it sounds cold to say it like that, but that's what it comes down to. It's not like they're rubbing their hands going, oh, we get to fire people today. Yes.
And you see, what people don't seem to realize is this. All of these companies, whether you talk about Microsoft, Apple, Google, whatever, the people that they are employing are what we call the brain trust. And whenever these guys sign a contract, they have what we call a non-compete clause, which means that you are not going to be going in. You're not going to be moving horizontally. You're not going to be moving from one development house to another.
Yeah, lateral.
Because so when these people get laid off, that's the purpose of HR, to make sure that they are still employable, but not something that will result in a conflict of interest for Microsoft in large or Xbox specifically.
And a lot of times that's why they have the severance goes for like 6 months or 8 months or 9, and because for that 6 months you can't get another job with another house that is doing the same job you were just doing.
Yeah, you don't want Sony poaching people from like Turn 10 or whatever, and then they say, okay, you're gonna make Gran Turismo. That would look bad for Microsoft or AKX.
And then they start going, okay, so how did you guys work around this? How did you do this?
Yeah, exactly.
we use this. What? No.
I mean, even as something as petty as teaching, like as a college professor, I cannot, after I leave the college that I'm teaching at, I cannot teach in another college in the same
Is there another college in Alabama?
Hey, Wize,
pause. What?
Wouldn't that be considered insider trading if you did that, actually? Or no?
A little bit, yeah. Or
it would be considered conflict of interest, definitely.
Yeah. And also because there's the whole, you have inside information and you're bringing it to another company. Well, they're working on this. Yeah, that's a no-no.
And can you imagine
if get you a lawsuit?
If Gran Turismo was able to pilfer the brain trust of Turn 10, you would imagine the shit show that would occur. So, and I mean, companies do it. Companies hire people based off of their prior pedigree, but when they do hire that, it is because they have the non-compete stipulation has been expired, and that's why.
Yeah.
So and therein lies the thing.
The idea being that by the time your non-compete is over, the company you're working for, they've moved on.
Right.
So any information you have is now 6 months to a year old.
Right. And, I mean, nobody can fault them. I mean, like even when that shit show was happening with PlayStation, right? When they closed, they shuttered all these game development houses that were doing multiplayer, because you can't blame them. They're looking at their bottom line. And if you're looking at this stuff and this stuff is not looking like it's going to bear fruits, you would be a fucking moron. You would have no sense in business to let that still green light.
I would get ready to say, if you see you made a mistake, you got to cut that off as soon as you see you made that mistake. Don't be hard at it and say like, "Well, make this work." Nah, you can lose
or sugarcoat it.
Yeah,
right.
You're gonna lose so much money doing that. So it's better to just cut your losses.
See, the thing is this, and this is what I'm hoping Xbox realizes now that Xbox is putting their games, or Microsoft is putting their games on all launchers. That means they are now going to be competing with the games on said launcher, whether it's the Epic Store, Steam, PlayStation, whatever, Nintendo. So they can't afford doing the same shit. They can't afford a game coming out in the same situation as Redfall did, because ain't nobody going to buy it now, because now they're selling their game and now it means more. So hopefully when these games come out, they're going to come out at a better cadence than they did previously. Like they cannot afford another Craig situation.
Yeah, that reminds me though. Can I speak this time? Some people are saying, well, why, if they're going to come out with this launcher that's going to be available everywhere, why should I still buy an Xbox, whatever it's going to be, be it the handheld, be it whatever? But the big thing is, because even though there are other launchers like GOG that take all your games that you have access to and they make them available in one spot, the Xbox One, because I have it on, because I'm on the alpha thing. I've seen it on both my PC and my console.
How is it?
It's actually very clean, but when I put it on my PC, if I install something from Epic or install something from Steam, or if I install something from GOG or any game that's now on my PC, no matter what launcher it comes from, including World of Warcraft, that comes through Battle.net. If I open up that Xbox app, guess what's all listed on the left-hand side of my screen? Every single one of those installed games.
Okay.
And then if I click it and it needs to go to the other launcher, you just have to click a second button and you're good to go.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Whatever happened to that Steam Deck that I sent you? Did you do anything with it? Did you filter with it?
It burned really nice in the fireplace, kept me warm. No, it's
well, if that's what you did with it, that's what you did with it. But yeah, I mean,
it's sitting here. I just haven't spent a lot of time with it because I've been working on stuff. But I mean, I'm still going to use it. And shit.
No, I'm curious as if you were able to, like, you were talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I got it totally factory reset and everything. I had to figure out there was an update issue, but once I got that first update to go through, I was able to hose all your son's crap off of it.
No, you were saying you're going to.
By the way, he has some really weird taste in porn. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get involved with my son in this porn.
I don't know. Between you and Wize, that'd be really scary.
Yeah, Paul's like, what the fuck is Sputanari?
All right, so let's go ahead, pivot. Is there anything else that we need to talk about this whole fiasco? It's just whatever. So
no, not really. I really
didn't want to talk about it at all. Who says it's a fiasco?
It is what it is.
It's business decisions made by a fucking $1 trillion business, right? 2.5 hours later is right.
I mean, it's
I had
and we'll be back here next week when some more layoffs are announced. Same conversation every fucking week.
Unless it's again like Sony, then nobody's gonna give a shit.
Yeah, Xbox is dead. Xbox is doomed.
So somehow it will still be the fault of the Series S.
Nah,
even if
we bashed Sony and got on their ass for what do you call it, for Concord. It's not like we gave them a pass for Concord or didn't make fun of them for Concord.
I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking about the diatribes.
People on social media.
Yeah,
you'll see Pizza Face guy sitting there saying Xbox is dead again.
Yeah.
No, he posted like 6 videos today with different ugly faces for each one of them.
I mean his own
face.
But he has all those images of him going.
He's been wearing the same hat he's never washed for the last 25 and a half years.
Shirt. You'll notice the shirt too. I pointed out that he took a shitload of those images all on the same fucking day. Okay. He just
whenever he says he played a game on something, he's got to hold up the controller like as evidence there. Well, I was playing a game on my Macintosh. Yeah. He's got to hold up the controller like somehow you know what I mean? Every time he's got to hold up the controller like evidence he has the
plastic. That's how you know I'm a gamer, because I hold the controller in my hand all the time.
Every fucking time, dude. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's like you telling your grandpa, hold the controller now.
Honest to God, I really don't appreciate when these bigger YouTubers start devolving into console boring type situation. Because, like, for example, your name is Dreamcast Guy. What the fuck is your problem, dude? Like what the fuck? Why do you want
because Dreamcast is no longer a thing.
He's still upset because Sega dipped out.
Huh? You know what it is, Wize? It's just he just farming for content. He just trying to get people to engage. And I hate to say it, when you
works.
Well, yeah. So I was going to say when you
it works. It works too good is the problem.
That's Well, enough play now. Yep.
I mean, whether you're watching
trying to stay neutral in the middle is hard, because it's those videos that are one way or the other that you're going to see the jump in engagement, the jump in clicks, the jump in ad revenue.
He's looking for the money,
or like me, because even I had this discussion with the editors of Lords of Gaming the other day. And the reason I'm over there is because I only want to talk about the facts, what's actually been reported, and I want to engage and give people the knowledge they need. I don't want to play these games. I don't want to clickbait. I won't do it. And it's probably why I will never have high numbers, because I'm not interested in the drama as far as a lot of this stuff goes.
That's why everybody likes you, Paul. That's why everybody
like me, but they don't watch my shit.
I've never ever made a video about a rumor, because 9 times out of 10 the rumors end up not being true anyway. So I'm not going to waste time making a video about fantasy.
But even if I were to make a video on what we're talking about now, if I were to start doing content like that, I would just give the facts of the situation. Here's what we know, and here's what it is, and do like I did here and say, here's what could have happened. Here's possibly the discussions that took place. I'm not going to go, well, Phil needs to lose his job, or Satya doesn't know what the hell he's doing, or Or,
Obviously, they know what they're doing.
Xbox needs to fire fucking everybody above this point, or Sarah's going to destroy that. I ain't going to say that. I'm only going to tell you what I know is happening,
right?
And maybe give you my point of view of why and how I think this could affect things. And maybe I'll tell you that I don't have a problem with the fact that they're putting the games on all the screens, because in the end, that's going to make them a shitload of money. And
it's called choice. It's nice.
Why do you think the cable company blew up when you went from you only had access to your 3, 4, 5 local channels to, okay, wait, shit, now I can watch stuff from all over the country, and CNN can give me everybody the news all at the same time across the world? Holy shit.
It would blow millennials' minds to tell them, listen, when we were kids, after a certain time, the TV played the American national anthem, and there was nothing to watch after that.
No, and it was like, that's not.
That would blow their minds.
The creepiest shit they used to do back in the day that I think scarred me to death was, you remember at 10 o'clock, they would put on a screen that says 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are?
Yeah, but that was in the 90s, dude. That was way after.
It was like 80s, but so that shit was scary. Shit was scary as fuck, man.
I mean, because, remember back in the 50s and 60s, the Outer Limits would do their, we control the vertical and we control the horizontal, and they would fuck up with the picture. And that's because people, when that started doing that, they'd walk up to their TV and go, son of a bitch, what's wrong with it now? And you literally would have it doing that, and that would be the concussive maintenance when you walk up and slap the side of the TV so the picture would come in. Right?
It worked all too well back in the day. She just hit him with the Fonzarelli.
There it is. Yeah. Or when you had the when Cinemax would turn into Skinemax, and like for me, I was on the East West Coast, so it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, right? 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everything would go, and it would turn into porn. And even if the picture would be rolling and sideways, but you're
just watching that snowy moving Andy Warhol painting, like, that's a nipple. That's a nipple.
Is that a lip?
I can't see anything, but their bodies are touching. I know it.
It sounds hot, whatever it is.
What happens is you have a bunch of wavy lines, and then all of a sudden the woman will be like, give it to me, Daddy.
So does this mean they're not going to eat the pizza? I mean, they got.
It's like, listen, I've been watching this shit for 15 minutes. Is this bitch going to pay for that pizza or not?
I remember when I was young.
There's been no exchange of money. She hasn't eaten the pizza. What the fuck's going on?
Remember those old cable slider boxes? You could flip them over, take the back off, short 2 solder joints together, and you got all the channels.
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
I also had
the black box.
And I had the DirecTV card writer. So I had friends who would bring over their DirecTV cards. And just a second. There you go. You now have everything.
Come again? Thank you.
I was watching Cinemax After Dark, and then my grandmother walked in, and the girl was like, give it to me. My grandma was like, what are you watching? Oh, I'm watching WWE. It's just wrestling. They're just wrestling.
Did she fall for it?
She's like, oh, okay. And she walked
his grandma said that, walked out the room, and was like, that dirty motherfucker. She knew exactly what you were watching.
Blanket off of him and proved to the world what he was up to.
She died 2 years ago.
No, even if she did pull the blanket off, she ain't going to see nothing.
Wow.
I don't know if that has anything to do with
Why is that from Paul? Damn.
Like, is that a lima bean in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
No, Tic Tac.
I am your grandmother. You're in Alabama now.
Where she look at it, go, that's just like your father's.
Oh no, that's how you scar the children. That's how you fuck them up.
Speaking of scarring the children,
yeah.
So 5 million in sales for the Switch 2, of which I bought 1 million of them. So
that's right. Christmas in than Wize's. Okay.
5 million in sales, but their third-party sale through.
Hey, here's Lemon.
He's frozen.
Hey, Wize, you still doing a show? I'll be back in a second, Wize. Hold on. Okay, Wize, listen. Oh, you got Doom on this show. Listen here, motherfucker. I got something to tell you. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm back and I'm feeling jiggy.
Lemon doesn't even know what the fuck is. The last time I saw Lemon sweat that much, he was eating a pizza without mustard.
He's watching CCTV or the freak offs.
CCTV.
Are you dancing because of the 9,000?
I didn't drink any of that, by the way. I'm not.
I wonder how much you paying for that.
Honestly, the screen froze up so much I couldn't even see what the fuck you were drinking.
He was chugging
Like when you were doing that. Yeah,
I was acting like I was chugging bullet bourbon.
Oh,
okay.
Acting. He was acting like he was chugging.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was my Lemon impersonation.
Oh. All right. So
I've
what
been
do y'all?
drinking.
I've been drinking. And so
okay. you're making a secondary point. You said 5 million sales, and then you said something about third party and didn't finish the point.
Third party sell through has been piss poor.
No
as
shit.
far
Really?
as
Okay, everybody raise your hand. Who here is surprised that third party is piss poor for the Switch? Who is surprised? Anyone?
talking about like for third party software? Is that what you're talking about?
Third party software game sales. Who is shocked that the third party?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you a third party game launching on the Switch. Though I only know Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Go ahead.
The only one that's actually in the top 10 is number 3, Cyberpunk 2077. Because CD Projekt Red.
Wow.
They CD Projekt Red forked out for the highest memory card that Nintendo sold, so they could make sure that their entire game was on the cartridge.
Talk that shit, KY.
But the port is a damn good port.
Shit, cuz. Or I'm sorry, if you're not doing that.
Go ahead, let me go ahead.
No. I'm agreeing with my boy over there with that polo shirt on. That's whitey white.
That's right.
Whitey white.
Nice and cool. It's Gore-Tex.
That shirt is
Gore-Tex on tonight.
By the way, Wise, I'm promoting in chat there, Wise.
There's Fabio.
Who just joined us?
Yes,
that's Fabio. He's done peddling milk.
He's done digging up in that bitch's guts.
Fabio, I'm sorry. The rest of us at Game Set Live, we have warped TJ's mind about the people in Brazil. Okay, TJ, not everybody in Brazil is out peddling milk and bread. They're not. That was just a joke that we. Yeah.
No, he was out there rearranging cervixes.
Yo, KY, why you have me on your show yet?
I asked you, and you said Wednesdays are not good for you.
No, I will take off overtime to do your channel. I don't give a fuck about.
Oh damn! You heard it here. Clip that shit.
Right.
Clip
Lemon
it.
will be on the show next week.
Clip that. No. You know what? Okay, you're right. I'll be there.
One moment.
He's like, fuck that bus. I'm doing your show.
So third party ain't selling so well. But we did find out that Donkey Kong Bonanza is actually made by the same people who did Mario Odyssey. So if there was any doubt,
that means you got a hard on, motherfucker.
Oh hell yeah, it did. What the fuck are you? I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
That's a small situation.
Like, I mean, this is the first game on the Switch 2 that has come out that I'm actually looking forward to. I was not looking forward to Mario Kart World. I stumbled across Fast Fusion, which is what I'm spending the majority of my time on my Switch 2 playing. And so yeah, Bonanza, I'm looking forward to it. So
you know what I liked about Bonanza? When I first saw it, I was like, man, fuck that. I don't want
Yeah, I thought he was going to say the first thing he liked was Little Joe.
Don't show me all this destruction, right? I did some boss battles, and when they did they direct, you saw boss battles. I said, okay, now I'm in. I don't just want to be blowing shit up, knocking shit up, drilling to the middle of the earth with no boss battles. There's a reason behind that, and I appreciated that. Yo,
according to what was it, PC Gamer, one of the other ones, if you skip all the boss battles in DS2, it's a really good game. It's they actually, one of the ones did say that. Yes, I posted
Why
it.
the fuck would somebody even post that shit? What does that even mean?
I do have to. I want to interject here, Fabio. You left us in such a hurry earlier. Fabio, is everything okay?
Oh yeah, it's all good. All under control.
Oh yeah, I took care of business.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
He had
Took care
an
of business,
emergency. All right. Okay. He had an emergency.
He went to go get busy.
He had a rash that he had to itch a rash that he could only scratch. There you go.
he ain't had no rash. He caught AIDS and tried to find a cure.
Hold up. You can't itch a rash. You scratch it because it itches.
Okay, well, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yo,
no, there's a lot of people, even out here in Arizona, that say that all the time. They'll use the word itch where it should be scratched.
Yo, you
Fabio,
can you answer this? Can you answer this for me? Do you get bed sores in your asses because y'all sit all day?
Oh. Metro, by the way,
damn,
I know because I can shift around a lot, but there are people who are in wheelchairs that do have that
said
problem.
I shift my ass cheeks left to right. I don't get
you have to. You have to. It's the same reason people do get bed sores if they're bedridden and they can't move.
So he farts, and that's called shifting.
Hey, you fart heavy enough, fast enough, it lifts you up. You know.
Oh shit.
All right, so
hey, Fabio, I do have to bring up real quick. Sorry, Wize. Fabio, we need to know your input on the studio lead that was the developer of Banjo-Kazooie leaving Microsoft. He was laid off.
Oh yeah. You talked about that. Yeah, go ahead.
You're talking about Greg Mayles.
Yep. So any hopes of Banjo are they're dwindling.
Thank God.
I mean, any hopes that I had were not good previously, even with Greg Mayles in there. But what I am pissed off about the layoffs is basically like the motherfucker was at Rare for 35 years. Like it is unbelievable. Rare is a 40-year-old studio. He's been there for 35 years. He's the responsible for Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, as well as Grab by the Ghoulies, also the Kinect projects, and Sea of Thieves.
That's why he was let go.
Simply for no reason whatsoever. You know what? You're the game director for Everwild. Okay, the game's canceled, and fuck you. You're fired. As well as like Louise O'Connor. She was one of the main animators for Conker's Bad Fur Day. She was part of
amazing game.
That was amazing game.
That game. She worked on Viva Pinata 1 and 2. She's been working.
Jacuzzi.
So like, I don't know why they decided to just.
I know.
Just lay off those people. Like, fucking greed and Microsoft wanting more money. Who could have guessed? I
know why they did it.
I bet Phil Spencer is like now. Oh,
say
yeah,
it, Bob.
It sucks so much.
I know why they did it because him and her were in an office together. And Satya walked in, and they were both staring out the window going, Banjo, 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 Banjo. And Satya said, no, that's not the direction we want to take this company.
Not on my fucking watch.
No, I'm sorry.
Like, listen, motherfuckers, I'm trying to swim in fucking seas of gold like fucking Scrooge McDuck, and that's not going to happen if we make a Banjo 3.
Actually, Greg Mayles was the last person you would expect to be into trying to do a new Banjo game. He said multiple times, like, you know why Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is so different from Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie? Because he himself said, I was bored to do the same platform shit that we did in the first and second game. I wanted to do something different, and I did.
He didn't want to revisit old IPs.
Well, he wasn't like willing to, you know what? Let's try to make a platform game again. And like, if he wanted to do it, he would have done it already. He is the creator of Banjo-Kazooie, but no, got bored of it.
Our resident fact checker has just chimed in, letting me know that those two were not laid off. They decided to leave.
Yeah, he says,
that's interesting.
After 35 years, what are you laying somebody off for anyways? Like, I would have presumed that he was going to retire after 35 years. I mean, you've done your due time.
Long time.
Rest on your laurels.
There is a guy at Rare called Paul Macincheck. That was part of Rare since the Super Nintendo days, even before Donkey Kong, when Rare was doing like third-party deals and licensed games for the Super Nintendo. Paul Macincheck. He's been there for, I feel, holy fucking shit, almost 40 years, honestly. I was surprised that Greg Mayles and Luis O'Connor left, but Paul Macincheck continued to be there. So, like, god damn it.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the camp of PlayStation, the most significance was Neil Druckmann tweeted out that he is leaving the development of The Last of Us TV show.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. And
nobody really cares.
On what is that? What was it called? Not Injustice. What was the game called? Intergalactic. Oh yeah, the Heretic Prophet and stuff like that. So
yeah, Concord 3.0.
That was a good song.
Hold up, I had to wheel all the way back from the kitchen for this one. I read that shit. I was gonna float my water. I read that shit. I was like, "What? So what you're telling us is that you're gonna work on video games as the head of a video game studio?" It's like, oh, I want to let you guys know I'm not making TV shows anymore. Good. Who gives a shit?
Go back to your old shit.
You're not going to work on the season 3 of a show for a game that doesn't have a third part yet? Who would have thought that was going to be the case?
Actually, I don't think it's going to have a third part because
I don't even think they do what they want for the third part.
I mean, like Naughty Dog themselves, I think they said we are not working right now on The Last of Us Part 3, and it's not in our current plans to do.
And honestly, season 2 over at HBO is not doing as good as season 1.
But here's what's going to happen: if they do decide there's a market for it, they'll figure out a way to write some story that'll be utter crap.
But you know what? The majority,
they'll Game of Thrones it.
I think the majority of the people that watched the show played the games.
Yeah.
And season 2 was like, I don't know. Season 2, you saw it coming. I mean, it was all played out.
Yeah.
Well, we already know that season 3 is going to be the second half of the second game because they split the second game into 2 seasons.
Right.
Yes.
The game is so long.
So season 3 is going to be when we see it from Abby's perspective. And nobody cares.
Are we going to see Abby's anal? Good. There you go.
For what?
No, but if they go full Game of Thrones, I want to see a Starbucks on a corner, totally staffed by zombies. Totally staffed by zombies.
You know what? It's like,
No, not now. We need to see a Switch 2.
I want to say
it's like Halo. It's like Halo Studios saying, "Oh, we're gonna not make the next Halo. We're just gonna make the next season of the Halo show that's gonna take place of the new Halo game that you were expecting." You know.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
it's the dumbest announcement, dude. It's like without him saying that at all, I think we just kind of assume that the guy that heads up the video games at Naughty Dog was going to be working on the fucking video games at Naughty Dog. It's his fucking job.
That's what we were thinking, right?
No, here's one thing. The motherfucker, he knew what he was doing. He wanted to, like, Neil Druckmann really loves to try to call attention for himself because in an entire day where the main subject of the gaming industry is layoffs and people leaving and losing their jobs, he makes a statement saying, I, Neil Druckmann, am stepping away. You think, holy shit, he's leaving Naughty Dog. No, I'm leaving the direction for the Last of Us.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you,
I thought you said drunk man.
No, when I first read the tweet that it's about Neil Druckmann, I literally thought that he's going the other direction, like he was going to leave gaming and go only into like, TV show and movie development. But then when I read the details, I'm like, well, that makes sense. That sort of like fits what you're supposed to be doing any fucking way. I just
No, the TV show movie industry is doggy. It's worse than the gaming industry right now. So
yeah. I mean, like to be honest with you,
it's hard to get a movie financed. I'm sorry. Yes, that was a dig at you.
All would know that.
But in the end, I don't like the narrative. Like, okay, first of all, for anybody who's saying this, and we're going back to the Microsoft for a little bit, the news is a big deal because it made it on my local news here. And I live in Alabama, so if it made it on the local news in Alabama that 9,000 people are laid off by Microsoft,
ding.
Are we going back to that again? I went to fill my water. I came back and we traveled back in time 30 minutes.
I'm telling you, the anchors, the reporters, and that, they were like, 9,000's a lot. Okay, that's more than I can count.
Right? Like shit, that must be about. Let me check. 11, 13 zeros in that number. That's a big fucking number.
Wize, that was their biggest story ever.
Right.
And
they thought 9,000 was the biggest number ever.
They were reporting it as the top story while a tornado was landing. That was the top story while a tornado was ripping the town apart.
They can't even count. They thought that was like 9 quadrillion.
People were giving me shit when I said, "Oh, they're probably gonna lay off 10,000," and everybody said, "No, they won't do that. It'll be like 2,000, 1,000." And look what they fucking laid off, like 9,000 people. I was pretty damn
6,000
close.
from the prior year. Don't forget that. So that's a total of.
Anyway, since we're traveling back in time, I have one more thing I want to say about the Last of Us shit with Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since the source material already exists, they're doing almost shot for shot what the game did. So why is he needed?
Well, you know what? That's why I didn't watch the first series. I watched the first episode when I just played this. Why the hell am I gonna?
Listen, The Last of Us is one of my most favorite video games ever. It didn't need to be adapted. I prefer the way that Fallout did it. They didn't have to do the Fallout for the show, Fallout New Vegas, the show. They just make a show that exists in the world of Fallout, which is awesome. The world of The Last of Us is awesome.
With enough little hints and callbacks to tie it to.
Yeah.
Those of us who played the game
world
go,
of The Last of Us is awesome. We didn't need to retell the first fucking game. So why is he needed there if they're just going to do shot for shot, almost identical dialogue? He's not needed. Greg Mazin, whoever the other fucking guy is, he can do it. Neil doesn't need to be there.
And Voyager said,
all you do with the writers, the writers and the
actors,
actors,
was 100% better.
Yes,
with the writers and the actors, you just have them play part of the game and go, okay, this is what we're shooting today. Okay,
I like the show so much. I got the fucking replica Pip-Boy from that shit.
So do you think Neil Druckmann was called back because they're going to start seriously on the third game?
Maybe.
I fucking hope not. I don't want a third game.
You know what? At the end of the day, you guys got to give them credit. At least they followed the fucking story and compared to the Halo show that didn't even look at the fucking game.
True that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
those that have played the video games still don't know what Master Chief's ass looks like.
Even though the second season was actually better. The second season was bad.
And the alien chick that was a woman. Yeah.
And I do not need to see Bella Ramsey in her bikini again, so I'm good.
I don't want to see Bella Ramsey in any clothes ever again, to be honest.
You want to see her naked? Okay, well,
okay, poor choice of words.
We found out what Paul likes to watch.
All right. Didn't think that one through. In my head, I was like, this means only one thing and only this one thing. I now realize, nope, it totally taken the opposite way. Shit.
Oh, shit. All right, man, guys,
when did you stop beating your wife? And there's no right way to answer that question.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay, so it is 9 p.m., so let's go ahead and get everybody out of here because it is a work night for many people. So go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with the man to my left. Drawn TJ, tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me on GameSet Live at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays with Bushido, Fabio, KY Bob, and sometimes Vinny. And then you can follow me on Twitter, which is DrawnTJ450, or on Xbox, which is Drawn TJ. And sometimes I come on Wize's show. Well, I'm starting to now, but either way, I'll end up. Yeah, yeah. When I got time, I'll be on your show.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, right. It's cold. I'm still recovering. That's it.
Everyone, please hit the like button.
All right. Fabio, my man, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Well, you can find me not just
Yeah,
on the
Wolfen Lizard. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah, about 6.5, 7 inches deep.
Go ahead.
That's my boy. That's my boy there.
You can find me balls deep in my girlfriend. There you go.
You can't be making fun of Doomslayer.
You get me 16 feet.
deep in everyone's wives here, apparently. I mean, god
Damn, Fabio. Shit.
God damn it. Well, you can find me on the Game Set Live podcast. You can find me on the XPN Network YouTube channel. You can find me also on Twitter as FBO Marine97 and on Xbox as Buffon Lizard 8. As well as you can find me sometimes on the Wasted with Wize podcast, of which I have no idea what I'm doing here.
And you can
Just
find
have
him on the
fun and
cover
talk
of all of
about
those
gaming.
trashy romance novels in the grocery store as well. There you go.
There we go. Oh shit! Why it was supposed to be a secret, you motherfucker?
With a name like Fabio, nothing is secret anymore.
You know that's not going to happen with Wize, right?
Fabio a Marine.
We have no secrets. Oh, there you go.
97.
Hey, that's what the doctor said.
Exactly.
Anyhow.
And he was born in 97.
Hi,
you're
Mr.
closer to
Bushido, my
knowing his
man. Tell us where we
identity.
can find you, sir.
Yes.
Yo, Bushy.
That doesn't answer the
I'm
question.
waiting
Yo,
for
Tony.
He just
Where
said,
can
"Let's
they
see
find
my
you
man,"
when
and
you
I'm
wake
like,
up?
"Damn
Where
it."
can they?
Okay, let me explain to you how to do this. Okay, in grade school, we talk about answering your question in complete sentences.
That's
You
the
can
question.
find me at.
That's the question. I was waiting for you
Yeah,
to.
like that wasn't a yes or no question.
My man. And then it's hard.
Where can we find you, Bushido? Yes.
Do you want to find a Bushido? No.
That answer is no. I give you no credit for that answer. Doesn't answer the question.
No, here's the thing. Bushido didn't pay attention whatsoever to the question. He was like, holy shit, he's asking me something. I need to say either yes or no.
You can find me on the KY Bobby show on Wednesdays, like today or Thursday, whatever day the KY Bobby is doing whatever he's doing and or not doing.
Exactly.
And you can catch me here on the Wize with Wasted and
Wasted with Wize.
the Wasted Wize. I'm sorry, the Wasted Wize.
You dyslexic.
The Wasted Wize. The Wasted Wize. I'm sorry. The Wasted Wize show.
Winking with Wize. Let's get right away.
He's hanging out with Lemon.
Turn the dosage down a little bit, but
You like the Wasted Wize with the Lemon Hour. Let me and also on Twitter, Xbox, everything else, yada yada yada. Mr. Bushido, that's everything.
Oh, by the way, RPG88 with Voyager 88 says, English motherfucker, do you speak?
Say what again? Say one more goddamn time.
Or like Bushido would say, yes.
Yes.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Shit. All right, okay, Cerebral One. Tell us where we can find
What?
you. The one
You asked him a question.
The cerebral one.
You just said, Mr. Bushido, my man.
The Cerebral One. Kind of like the Xbox One, but the Cerebral One.
The cerebral one, yes. You can
come with
find
the
me. You can find me on X at Cerebral One. Hey, it's Cerebral Paul One. You can find me on YouTube because I need to build up my YouTube numbers, people. So go over there, subscribe over there, jump in. When you see me streaming, just put me in a tab, silence me. Don't silence me, just turn the volume way down so it still counts as a view. And it's much appreciated. And of course, you can find me on Thursdays most of the time with doing something for 4GQ TV, some kind of show or something. I don't know. And then usually Fridays here, Wasted with Wize, editor for lordsofgaming.net. And I think at this point, that's about it for now. Oh, no, I've been doing so the Oddcast. I don't know if many of you know who Jokey is, Jokey Pants, and the Oddcast network. He's been having me watch really bad movies with him. for 4th of July, the video will be up. We watched a movie called Uncle Sam, which is a really bad 80s horror flick.
What kind of horrible movies? Like, are we talking about
Like
naughty
Uncle
ones,
Sam,
or are we talking about bad ones?
No, really bad ones, like Uncle Sam, Maniac
What was
Cop.
that director who made all those B movies?
Oh,
Ed,
I hated Maniac Cop.
Ed Wood.
Is it like those
Ed Wood? We haven't watched any of those yet. Don't mention that to Jokey, because if I gotta watch any of those, I'm gonna need liquor.
Ed Wood is actually a good movie.
To watch.
The movie is, but the movies he made are not.
Oh yes, no, like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
But with an edible, it's pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, you would know that, Wise.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I'm
Earth versus the Flying Saucers.
But follow me on Twitter, and I post those. Or you can also follow the Oddcast. You can look them up. Since I'm now officially one of the Odd crew, I guess. So,
I thought you were gonna say you're part of Outcast. I was like, oh shit.
No, different. Yeah. I know.
I was hanging out with Andre 3000.
I saw the first time I saw the Outcast. It was on award show, and they were doing Hey Ya, and I watched this guy on the keyboard. Oh, and he's a person of color, and all he was doing was jumping up and down and being spazzy. I'm like, see, he's proof that not all black men can dance. Okay, it was, the man had no rhythm.
Not all black men can dance.
He was probably mixed.
Yeah. Like, oh, not to mention, I really wasn't a fan of that song. I don't know why he got all the hype he got.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
When it came out, I like that song. Yeah, but I got tired of that shit.
Yeah, I got overplayed a lot. Yes. But anyway, yeah, that's
It's like that "Let It Go" song, that Frozen song. That song was fucking everywhere to the point where I never want to hear that fucking song again.
Wize is gonna look. Wize is bending down. He's gonna play it for you now. Yeah,
right. It's gonna be the intro song for our next episode.
I can just imagine riding Elsa, and then she has that clamp around that muscle, and she's like, and she just doesn't want to let it go. So you're like, let it go, let it go,
let it go. Let it
go. Homie, back at you.
That Halloween was bad too, because every Elsa in the neighborhood walked up, man.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Who's next, Strong TJ?
All right. No, my man Nova. Tell us where we can find you, sir.
YouTube, Supernova Gaming, X, Twitter at Yo It's Nova, and then here every Friday.
And by the way, you're slipping because you've had that same account for over a year. You are slipping,
right? Okay. I haven't gotten canceled yet, man. I need to fucking start being more confrontational.
See, what happens is next week he's gonna log in and the first thing he's gonna say when I say, "Hey, Super, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing?" He's gonna say, "Fuck you, Cerebral. They banned me."
So dude, the last time I got banned was so stupid. No, someone was being a dick rider, so I sent him it's just like an X-ray image of a person with a dick down their throat, and that's what I thought it was funny. It's like an X-ray image. It's not like real, but anyway, I guess that counts as sending someone pornography unsolicited, and it's against the terms of even though I saw it going around, that's why I saw other people sending it around. I was like, oh shit, I'm saving that. That one's good. And no, I guess it wasn't good. So yeah, I lost my last time.
X-ray picture of a blowjob.
It wasn't a blowjob. It was an X-ray of like the dick, like balls deep in their throat. It's a fucking great picture.
Yeah, we're all gonna Google that after we get off the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, KY,
I'll put it in the fucking group chat. I'll show you exactly what it looked like.
I want to see this. KY, that's where you can find you.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you can catch me every Wednesday. Right now, actually, we outnumber the Wasted with Wize crew. There's 4 of us to 3 of you all. So I'm just gonna take this shit over right now. We've got some news to go over.
I added you to the fucking intro. It's
Hey, who's
you
gonna
and
take Wize?
and Bushido.
I'm gonna put TJ on
But you can
Wize.
catch me every Wednesday on the K-Way Bobby YouTube channel, as Bushido likes to say, trying to wrangle in this bag of misfits that I call panelists. That would be Mr. Bushido, TJ, who has thugged out, the miscellaneous Fabio, as he's calling himself here, and sometimes Vinny. Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Vinny. We've all reached out to him. We haven't got a hit back. We'll keep everybody abreast of the situation. But we may be replacing Vinny with another panelist if he doesn't want to do it anymore. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to put the audio version of this podcast up wherever you can get your audio versions, because it's a lot to hand. It's a lot to keep track of who's talking unless you're looking at the video. Yeah. But I will leave everybody with the same message that I like to leave on Wednesday nights, and that is, gamers, get outside, touch some grass, hug somebody that you love, and game on, baby.
Touch some grass without the
always
teeth.
remember for the
Touch some grass and grab some ass.
Hey, I want to ask you a question real quick.
If you're looking for a ride,
for the,
I would like to know. I would like to know if somebody can help me.
Podcast, like for the Wisdom with Voice podcast, the message is: go outside, hug some grass, touch somebody you love, and game.
Touch some grass and touch somebody you love.
Fabio. Oh shit.
Ass, gas, or grass. Oh wait, no, that's something different.
Nobody rides for
You
free.
got a question,
right?
Hey, I wanted to ask if somebody can help me out with something.
No,
I want to become best friends with Paulie, but I'm not getting any headway, so I need somebody to help me out.
Well, if you gave head, you
Well,
get
you
gotta
headway.
give headway.
Right?
That's it.
Right? See, what you don't understand is you're not making any headways because head is the way.
Yeah, you gotta get on your knees, Bushido.
I'm
Right.
clipping that shit right.
Listen, it doesn't make me gay. It makes him gay because he's taking it, even though I'm giving it.
Yeah, but you're the one that's wanting to talk to him, so
Yeah, but I only did it for.
If my eyes are closed,
You know,
if my eyes are closed, I ain't seeing nothing. All right.
Right?
your eyes are closed.
Just don't say anything and shave your face.
Hey, everyone is gay once in a while.
Well, I can
Right?
prove everyone
Oh
is
my
gay. Okay,
God.
I can prove with
Well,
one
like, I like a
question,
nice
with
full
one
face.
example, I can prove everyone here is gay. Period. Whenever you watch porn, when you see a girl
I
getting
want to
fucked,
see flaccid.
you do not want to see a flaccid dick getting doing the fucking.
Yes, I
you
do.
want to see a hard.
I've watched a lot of
big
Game
ass
of Thrones.
cock.
I know what it looks like, and I like it.
No. This is how you prove everyone's gay. You show two pictures on the screen. On the left, a picture of Bailey J. On the right, a picture of Buck Angel, and say, "Who would you rather fuck?"
oh god.
For those who don't understand this reference, Bailey J is a fully transitioned or almost fully transitioned trans female who looks better than a lot of regular females. Buck Angel is a buff ass, tatted up biological woman with a handlebar mustache.
You know,
Jesus.
I never questioned my man.
And honestly, no matter which one you pick, you're fuking gay.
Yeah.
Because one looks like Hulk Hogan with a pussy, and the other one has a dick.
Like kind of like black or white.
It's kind of like when you see Kate.
I don't want to know how you
Blair
ran
White's
into
good
that
too.
either. I don't want to know how you found that.
It's kind of like when you see Caitlin.
Listen, do not ask to see my search history. You don't want to be on the watch list. I'm on the watch list for you.
Don't ask,
Yeah,
don't tell.
he's Wize 2.0.
It's Wize.
Wize don't have my XP level.
It's kind of like when you see Caitlin. It's kind of like when I saw Caitlin Clark for the first time. I'm like, you know what? In another light, she's pretty fine. But then again, you like her?
Caitlin Clark is
god.
a big chick.
I don't even know who the fuck that
And
is.
just so everybody knows, Nova doesn't clear his history on his computer every week. He actually just throws it out and gets a new computer.
He bleaches it and drops in the
He just
ocean.
gets a whole new drive.
Okay, no. Caitlin Clark is ugly as fuck.
He
No,
looked it
Caitlin
up.
Clark is ugly as shit. Yeah, I didn't know who it was. The name sounded familiar, but no.
The reason Nova does not like Xbox is because he doesn't bleed green. He only wants things that bleed red. There you go.
Yeah, and it comes.
Blame
Ah,
comes
nasty,
what was
Wise.
that?
You're real nasty.
Yeah.
You know,
Meanwhile, he
So you
says
trying
that
to say
shit, but
that,
you can just tell Wise likes to suck on tampons.
Oh, it's okay. You know,
Oh, that's
I
so
need my,
disgusting.
You know
I
he's
have
that type
anemia,
of freaky
I have
nasty
deficient, so I
motherfucker.
need to get my iron
I
somewhere.
would be surprised. I would be
Wise is like,
surprised.
I earn my Red Wings every month.
Exactly. Some people,
Red
some
Red
people
Bull
drink
gives
Red
you
Bull for
in the
their
wings.
country
wings.
this
I drink
long.
something else with my wings.
he
Anyway,
likes
that
it.
is our
He
show
likes
for
it when
tonight.
Aunt Flo comes to visit. Yeah, you
All right, that is our show for tonight.
And she don't sell insurance.
So yeah, I want to thank KY Bob and everybody on Game Set Live for
said not that
joining us
flow.
tonight. So thank you, Mr. Bushido, KY, Fabio, Drawn TJ, and Vinny, wherever you are. So hope everything's going well. I do want to say thank you to Doomsayer and Lemon for stopping in, and their and Lord Metroid. You can find all of their channels in the description of this video going forward. So yeah. And that's it. Well, that's our show for tonight. So just a little bit of a program note. We will not be here on Friday. That is why we're doing the show today, because
What?
Friday is the 4th of
It's
July.
4th of July.
Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, hope everybody has.
It might be the last one, so enjoy it while you can.
Don't blow your fingers off.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I get the
Wise-
it might be the
Wise
last
comes
4th of
back
July.
with
Somebody
nubs.
hands you a firework. Just
Hey guys, Wise comes back with nubs for hands.
It's like that fucking alligator alley, goddammit.
He's just waving around. He's like, "Well, I can start fisting now."
They handed me the M80 when I was drunk, and I said, "This sounds like a great idea."
All of a sudden, I can run these games. I can run my stream better now for some reason.
Like the last thing I heard was, hold this.
Why?
Hold my beer. That's not a beer.
Look at what Lesser
Man,
Logic put in the chat.
I've seen videos of that shit happening. It is not nice, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Everyone stay safe. Jesus Christ.
So we had a calculus teacher.
Hey, Wise, don't answer the door if somebody say they ice. They're not delivering ice. They might be coming to shoot you up.
They go, ice. That's not somebody who just went to the Dollar General and got a bag of them.
He's like, no, our refrigerator makes it. We're good.
Wise is gonna run, and they're gonna.
I wouldn't piss off your kids
Like,
either. They'll be walking to the door. Dad, I brought back ice. You're like, oh shit.
No, I had a calculus.
This nice man with the AR-15 said he's here to deliver ice.
Yeah.
So I had a Cal teacher who blew off her pinky with in a firecracker accident, and so she didn't have 9.5 fingers. She had approximately a little bit less than 9.5, like 9.42. So we called her 3 pi. So 3 times 9.4.
I'm listening to his story like never mind. I felt, but that was
that's
my own fault.
that's a below the knuckle blow off. Is what that is. Yeah.
You want to know what I want to know? Wise, I'm pretty sure you probably asked her. Did she get freaky with her pinky?
Did she get freaky? I don't know, but she got freaky with me, and that's all that matters. There you go. I passed my class.
That's where her G spot is. It's on the busted ass, blown away knuckle.
Hey, but her nub was probably still bigger than Wise. So
Motherfucker, don't joke. I
Well, I think he liked the nub because it's a little rough when it's
trust me, it wasn't an A+, but it was
it's got a sandpaper like texture.
Jesus.
Hey,
it's abrasive.
C's get degrees.
I tried to smooth it down, but nothing worked.
There's something wrong with us, man.
I know.
You just now figured that shit out.
Nah, it's perfect.
Oh man.
All right, guys, that is our show for tonight. So,
The Being Destroyer 3000. Oh shit.
You catch me with this motley cast of characters every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Wasted with Wize. Game Set Live normally is on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. So yeah, catch us on our respective shows. Of course, we have deviated from the schedule this week because of the holiday on Friday. So make sure to tune in to us next week at our regularly scheduled time at 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I am as always the wise old gamer, the man who brings the fun in dysfunctional. You can catch me on Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter, Blue Sky, all of the social media platforms. Wise Old Gamer with a Z.
Really gay. It's okay.
And yeah, that's it. So yeah, remember, as I always say, as I like to when I log out, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere till you first been wasted with Wize. Have a great night, everybody. And I'm going to play Game Set Live's first outro, and then I'm going to play ours. So have a great night, everybody, and enjoy it. It's over 9,000.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
I don't love watching all of the value that I helped create slowly get eroded away.